Hello again, friends, and it's great to be here at David E. Hastings Stadium. It's Game 3 of the quarterfinal series between the Chatham Kent Barnstormers and your Guelph Royals. I'm Neil Srivastava, welcoming you into David E. Hastings Stadium. And a tough task ahead for the Barnstormers, who trail your Guelph Royals in this series 2-0. They're just clinging to life now, but after a heartbreaking loss last night, they, like I said, that in Game 1, they got to be like a goldfish and put it behind them and just go and win some innings and string things together. For your Guelph Royals, the task is for Kyle Thomas is to end this streak. 12 years and counting since the Guelph Royals emerged from the first round of the postseason. Unable to figure it out since then, but this year is a new year and a different team as well. It's great to be with you, and we'll take you through the starting lineup for the visiting Chatham Kent Barnstormers. Leading off in center field is Spencer Marcus. Anthony Pawlik is batting second at second base. Steph Strong is doing the catching this evening. The Panda's behind the dish. He is batting third. Dan Battelle is at third base. He's batting fourth. Sadler Goodwin is at batting fifth at shortstop. Josh Williams, the designated hitter, is batting sixth. Robert Mackey, the first baseman tonight, is batting seventh. Spencer Morin is in right field. He's batting eighth. And Lee Cusera, the Flash, is in left field and batting ninth. On the hill for the Barnstormers is former London Major Cam O'Reilly. He'll be tasked with trying to bring this series back to the barn for another opportunity on Tuesday night. But that's a tough task ahead of him here. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks again to all the fans in Chatham Kent and everything else. It's been great to see you guys in the stands as well. You guys do travel pretty well. I see Harry's down behind the dugout. I saw Dom earlier here. Looks like even Jeff's here. The Hopster's here. So that's going to be kind of cool too. We're going to get joined by Royals owner Sean Fuller at some point in the next inning or so. We'll talk a little shop, and then, of course, our friend Josh Alderman is at work, but he's on his way en route to take over some of the broadcasts and some of the load off my shoulder this evening, as we're still trying to get through everything and trying to do things as gingerly as possible, not to tick my wife off or anybody else, including my doctors here. So we'll take it easy as possible. We're going to get underway here momentarily. Of course, there's already a final in the Intercounty this afternoon. The Toronto Maple Leafs were eliminated by the Barrie Baycats. A three-game sweep. The Baycats winning this afternoon 18-9. The top of the seventh inning in Labatt Park, the Hamilton Cardinals are leading the London Majors in a seesaw battle. It's now at 9-8 as the top of the seventh inning. Kyle Thomas's first delivery misses low for a ball. Of course, we do have four umpires on the crew this evening as well. First pitch was at 7:05 p.m. on the nose. That one misses low. Mike Kinnear, the plate umpire, says that one misses low and outside to Spencer Marcus. Thomas misses low again, and it's quickly 3 balls and no strikes. Defense around the infield. Franklin Torres behind the plate for the Royals. Garrett Takamatsu at third. Connor Morrow at shortstop, and that one is in there for a strike. Carson Burns at second base and Josh Curtin at first. The outfield is Patterson, Williams, and Andy Leader in right field. Sounds like a great law firm out there, too. That one is popped in the air. Takamatsu comes down with it. Long throw will be in time to get him. Not sure what was going on at first with Gartens there. It's just like he pulled up a little bit. You're in the chat. Oh, sorry, Hop. Sorry, I saw somebody with one of the Hawaiian shirts that Harry's promised me one, so I can't wait to get that and add it to the merch collection for the wall in the home office. But you did a great job last night, Hop Fodder. Real pleasure to watch your Instagram feeds and everything else, too. That's a called strike on Anthony Pawlik. Pawlik, of course, attends McMaster University. He was a member of the bronze medal OUA team. I got to know him pretty well this offseason. That one's fouled away as well. One away as we're just underway here at Hastings Stadium. Game 3 if you're just tuning in. Heartbreaker last night for the Barnstormers after they rallied to tie the ball game twice. But the Royals resiliently finding those hits they need to. Paulo gets a slow roller down the left field line. That's going to go foul. And we'll do it again in an 0-2 count. The Panda on deck, who is catching. I thought I was reading that as a typo on the score sheet, but apparently that is the thing. Never seen Panda catch before, so this ought to be interesting. This one's a comebacker up the mound. Thomas can't get to it. It's going to get through, and it's going to be an infield single for Anthony Pawlik, and the Barnstormers have got the first base runner of the evening. How's the audio sounding for everybody? Is it okay? Are we too loud? Are we too low? Let us know, too. If I need to move the mic closer to my face, I will. That'll bring up the Panda with 1 on and 1 away here. As my left side of the brain will actually go put point streak and make that an infield single for Anthony Pawlik. Audio seems good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. If it gets too low, just let us know, too, because sometimes it tends to drop out halfway through the game or it gets really low. We don't want that happening. And I promise Barnstormer fans I'm coming down next year for a visit. I already told Jenny we're doing a game in London on a Friday night. We're going to Chatham Kent on our Saturday or Sunday. Because I got to come down and see you guys. I got to sit beside the Hopmeister and have some fun. Panda's aboard as well. And it's runners at first and second now with nobody away. And Dan Patel, the batter now. Ball misses low to Patel. Count 1-0. Well, I got to see if I can make you break on the air next year. That's what I want to do. We'll do an Instagram live chat. We'll see if we can get you to break while you're in the middle of a call or something. I'm kidding. I respect your process too much. That one's fouled away, and the count is 1-1. Still scoreless in the top of the first inning. Barnstormers threatening to get one across early here. Thomas looks at runners back. He has the pitches inside, but call the strike on Patel. The count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Patel goes down on strikes, and Thomas has his first punch out of the night. Sadler Goodwin now with a home run last night will be the batter. 2 away now. Runners still at first and second. Hoping Goodwin can get some good wood on this one as well here and give the Barnstormers a much leading lead in this series. First pitch to Goodwin is called. A strike at the knees. Count now 1-1. Josh Williams, the always dangerous batter, waits in the wings here for the Barnstormers. Should Goodwin extend this inning. And huge thanks to Mike and Ed last night for a great call of the game, and they didn't have to shout me out, but I do appreciate that. Lots of respect to both those gentlemen. As that one's called a strike, and the count is quickly 0-2 on Sadler Goodwin. Thomas looks to runner back at second base. 0-2 pitch, check swing. He says he went around on the plate, and Kyle Thomas strands a pair of base runners. Royals will come to bat here in the home half of the first inning when we come back after the break. Off to the bottom of the first inning we go here at David E. Hastings Stadiums. My name is Neil Srivastava. Thank you so much for joining us for Game 3 of the series. Lori Strong, it was so my pleasure. I was howling in my chair. Jenny came running upstairs because my whole body was shaking. I was laughing so hard last night at that interview. A huge shout out to Liam for pulling that one off with such a straight face, too. I was dying. You guys played that one. I was hoping you would hanging around and coming down tonight, Lori, but that's okay. I'm sure our paths will cross. I owe you a huge hug one of these days. But Cam O'Reilly has done his warm-ups, and we're off to the task of the here in the first inning in a scoreless tie. Andy Leader, who's got a pair of home runs and 5 RBIs already in this postseason. We're looking to lead things off here once again for the Royals. Of course, last night he wasted no time. 3 pitches into his at-bat, he launched one over the right field fence. I'm not sure what they got on it in their in the bullpen. Oh, maybe it's a hoodie. I thought it was E.T. on a bike out there for a second. First pitch from Cam O'Reilly misses for ball 1 on Andy Leader. Leader comes into action batting .200 in the postseason, but has 2 home runs already this series. Gives this one a ride to center field, but it's going to be popped up in the air, actually. My apologies. It's in the infield. Second baseman Anthony Pavlovic will make the catch, and there's one away. Leader retired on the F4, and Connor Morrow, the shortstop, will bat now. Morrow batting .285. Yeah, I don't think you can see it on the wide shot, but yeah, somebody looks like he's got a white hoodie on, and I thought it was E.T. riding the bike for a second out there. Hey, after Friday night when we had the streaker, I don't know, anything is at fair play right now. That one's in there for a strike. If you guys do want to see the clip of the streaker, it is on my YouTube channel. I didn't post it to the league or didn't post it to the Instagram as well. Didn't really think it was appropriate, but at the same time, it had to be posted because it totally broke me for half a minute. That one misses for a ball, and the count is 1-1 here on Morrow. O'Reilly's offering. Misses outside for a ball, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. So, Laurie, I got to ask, when was the last time you saw Seth catch? Has he caught before in this season for the Barnstormers, or is it just a fill-in role? Because I know Kemble's pretty banged up, and so is Fakota. Three and 1 is the count now on Connor Morrow. Lined up the middle. This is going to be a tough play, and it's going to get through. Royals have got a base runner with 1 away.
The catcher, number 44, Franklin Torres.
That makes so much more sense, Lou. It's like if he had caught for the Barnstormers, I missed it. My apologies, but yeah, I went back and saying I don't think he caught this year. Franklin Torres will be the batter now, the former Los Angeles Angels prospect. Acquired near the signing deadline by the Royals. Has taken over the primary catching duties and has been a stalwart wall back there. Takes ball 1 low to start his at-bat. O'Reilly's got to keep this ball in the infield somehow. Maybe turn 2. That one gets through the legs of Strong. He doesn't know where it is yet. Morrow will make his way to second base with ease. That'll be charged a pass ball on the Panda. Allows Morrow to go to second base. Now in scoring position with a 2-0 count in Franklin Torres' favor. That one's in there for a called strike. We forgot we didn't go through the batting order. Leader is leading off Morrow. Torres is batting third. Takamatsu's fourth. J.D. Williams is fifth. Ethan Hammond is sixth. Garton is batting in the seventh hole. Carson Burns eighth. And Ashton Patterson in the ninth hole. And as Torres takes a called strike, evens the count at 2-2. That one misses low for a ball. And the count is full here on Torres. They're still filling in down the lines here at Hastings Stadium. The left field line down by the beer garden is completely full, and right down the right field line, there's only limited seating in the first couple of rows of lawn chairs past the first light pole. Another great crowd here on hand at Hastings Stadium. Torres hits this one in the right field, but it's right at the right fielder. He'll make the catch. Morrow will tag the throw. He is on the money, and Morrow wisely goes back to second base with 2 away. Torres retired on the F9 for the second out, and Garrett Takamatsu will come to the plate, batting .375 in the postseason. Got to remind myself not to eat my celery while I'm on the air. If you hear crunching, it's nothing you guys did. Well, Donna Parker, thank you so much. This is my home away from home. I grew up like literally 5 minutes from here at the end of London Road. My father owned a photography studio. When I was a younger kid, I didn't know they didn't charge kids admission, so I used to sneak under the fence. And then when I got to know Billy Craven and everybody else in the baseball and golf people, they used to laugh. So you're the kid who used to crawl under the fence every time. He showed me the sign at the front gate because I never went to the front gate. It says, "Kids free." I just turned a different shade of red that day. No, but I fell in love with this ballpark and this team many years ago. And this league, too. The count is 1-1 on Takamatsu. Takamatsu swings through that one. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Cam O'Reilly is doing his best to get the Barnstormers off the field and back on the bats as soon as possible here. Misses upstairs from O'Reilly, and the count is 2-2. Morrow's still standing at second base. I keep forgetting the umpires are wearing almost the same shade of black as the Barnstormers out here, so thought the Barnstormers had a 5th infielder for a second. O'Reilly in from the sign. His 2-2 pitch is chopped up the middle off Takamatsu. This is going to be a tough play. Takamatsu making his way down the line. O'Reilly throws the ball high. That's going to allow Morrow to score. Royals lead this one 1-0. That'll be an E1 on the throw as a ball, unfortunately, just out of the reach of the first baseman. That run will be unearned in the inning. And J.D. Williams will come to the plate with a runner on and 2 away. Takamatsu at first. Connor Morrow comes around to score on the unearned run. Charge to Cam O'Reilly. J.D. Williams now. Fouls off the first offering from O'Reilly for strike 1. We'll try our best to keep you guys up to date on that London-Hamilton game, which Noah Smith jinxed in the first inning. Said, yeah, we should be done by the time Neil goes live on the broadcast. I was just laughing. This one's lined up the middle. It's going to be a tough play, but a great stop and a great flip by Polowick. They get Takamatsu at second base to end the inning. Royals lead this one 1-0 as we come back after the break with the top of the second inning. The Barnstormers due up. Top of the second inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. You're watching Royals TV. I'm Neil Srivastava. Thank you so much for joining us. Guelph Royals leading the Chatham Kent Barnstormers 1-0 as Josh Williams, the always dangerous one, will come to the plate here. Excuse me. The celery is biting back. Williams batting 125 in the postseason, but one swing of the bat, we could have a tie ball game here. First pitch from Thomas on Williams is low and inside for strike one. Out-of-town scoreboard. Bottom of the seventh inning, the London Majors and Hamilton Cardinals are deadlocked at 9 apiece. Royals, of course, needing the Cardinals to win that series, so they don't have to, if the Royals should win this one, they don't have to play the Welland Jackfish next round. Williams up the middle here with that baseball. Morrow fields it on a hop. He'll throw down to first and get Garden. One away. I'm not sure if Williams just didn't tweak something out of the box there or just slowed down because of, again, he's had a history of knee injuries. Williams is retired on the 6-3 for the first out of the inning. Robert Mackey, the first baseman, will be the batter now. Mackey batting .400 in this series. One of the spark plugs for the Barnstormers. Another former London Major playing closer to home this year. And now the Majors have actually taken the lead. It's 10-9 in the bottom of the seventh inning. That one is going back and forth and back and forth. That one's fouled away by Mackey, count 1-1. One's popped in the air. Burns is there. He'll make the catch, and there's two away on the F4. Spencer Moore now the batter, the right fielder, batting .250 in the postseason. These Barnstormers, to a man, remind me so much of the 2004 Barry Baycats when they just became a presence on the IBL landscape. Then the following year, they came back into here and they took the two-time defending champion, Guelph Royals, out in a very convincing style. That's kind of scary how much this Barnstormer team reminds me of that. Bodes very well to Harry Mirror and Dom Donnell and the job everybody on the Barnstormers, even the volunteers, have done to see you guys build something from literally nothing a couple years ago. I am not actually, but I am a former GM in this league. I was GM of the Royals when I was 21. That was in 1997. And then again at 35. I was the GM from midway through 2023 till midway through 2020 to 2015. So, yeah, I do have a little bit of history with the league, and I do a lot of work with a lot of teams in the league, so I know a lot of people, a lot of GMs, and I keep a lot of secrets. But we'll get you guys back into the action when we come back after the break here.
Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Bottom of the second inning, here we go here at David E. Hastings Stadium. We got a friend back in the booth. Hey, Josh, how you doing?
Neil, it is good to be back, and it's good to have you back here at Hastings.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
And what a fine night for baseball.
It is so far. The Royals leading this one 1-0. As Ethan Hammond steps into the plate. Hammond batting .428 in the postseason. Of course, he was out with an injury that kept him sidelined till just about Canada Day, but ever since then he's taken the world by storm once again. And looking forward to him to see how far he can go this year.
He's already made an impact in the playoffs. 3 RBIs, 3 hits, and 3 runs scored. The young gun is off to a hot start.
That one misses upstairs from O'Reilly. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, that umpire is definitely throwing me off. I keep looking out there and going, there's 5 infielders again.
Oh, yeah, I can see how that could confuse you. I thought the same thing. Like, all right, interesting setup, interesting setup.
It is because, of course, you're not familiar with the IBL rules. Once it's an elimination game, league rules stipulate you have to have 4 umpires on the crew. So that one's fouled away, and the count now 2-2 on Ethan Hammond. Josh Garton waiting in the wings, followed by Carson Burns. Hello, Rigstar. Hope you're having a great one. Jacob Chappelle just leaned back and gave me a disapproving look for acknowledging chat there, but that's okay.
Got to give the people what they want.
Yeah. Acknowledge me! Sorry. Watching way too much wrestling at home these days.
I hear you.
Although I didn't watch AEW, so nobody spoil it, please.
Ooh. It was just too sweet. Much like that walk that Ethan Hammond just took, he's got a veteran's mind on him, and that's going to bring up Garton Mania himself, Josh Garton.
Yep, that'll set Garton up here, and we'll get things going. Nobody away here, and Seth Strong is going to throw Garton's off here because he's like, wait a minute, what are you doing behind the plate? Nobody away. Ethan Hammond at first. Josh Garton out the plate, batting .250 in the postseason. Came close to unloading one last night. And it gives this one a ride. Did I just call that? Yes, I did.
See you later. The cold streak is done and gone. First home run since May for the Mountain of Muscle, Josh Garton. An absolute beauty, a no-doubter, if you will. And the Royals Kingdom, they're loving it, they're appreciating it. And you can see just inside the Royals dugout, everyone's come out. There's no one left sitting down. They have formed a full line. And Garton, he's a man of the people. He's heading out. He's high-fiving everyone. Oh, man. What a way to get that streak snapped. Welcome back, Josh Garton.
Indeed. Carson Burns will bat now. Royals leading this one 3-0. Cameron Riley just got that one in Garton's wheelhouse a little too much inside, and Garton deposited it on a line over the fence, over the Wellington Brewery sign down at right field corner.
And it seems
Burns
like
works with a 1-0 count. Sorry.
Oh, no. That's on me. It seems like Josh Garton has finally been able to get out of the mental and real slump that he's found himself in. He has really kind of psyched himself out, and that's a pitch that he would usually take a big hack at, but swing and a miss. Just unloaded on that one. You love to see it.
I think, honestly, since the home run derby, he just hasn't had the same kind of approach. And that's not a fault and everything. That happens to a lot of guys, especially at the All-Star game. It seems to mess up a lot of guys' swings. Because you got to make that mental approach. You got to swing like this, and then you try to go back in game situations to get back into normal swings, and you just can't get yourself out of that same rut.
Mm-hmm.
As Burns will draw the 4-pitch walk from O'Reilly here, and the Royals aren't done here in the second inning. Our runner back down to first, and that's going to prompt the mound visit from Dan Gorman. Ashton Patterson will be the batter.
The Roadrunner A Guelph Griffin himself, currently batting .428 in the playoffs. 2 RBIs, 1 run scored, 3 hits, and 1 walk in the 2 games that he has played.
Of course, he's just been he's coming into his own here in this league finally.
Mm-hmm.
We always knew he was a great defensive player, but now he's starting to understand how the pitching works in this league. He's starting to realize, okay, I don't have to hit the ball hard. I just got to hit it through a hole.
And at just 22 years old, not a better time to be breaking through like he has recently. He's really developed his swing. And like you said, we knew he was good defensively. He's got speed and athleticism that's probably only matched by J.D. Williams on this Royals roster.
That would be an interesting foot race to see one of these days. Those two guys going head-to-head. Kind of like the end scene from Superman, or I guess it was the DC Universe, whatever that movie was, you know, when the Flash and Superman go head-to-head at the end.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been kind of interesting.
Make it a charity event, charge for admission.
Yep. Just don't sell hot dogs, okay? To answer the question in the chat, my favorite food these days, it looks like it's a green celery stick.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, you know, everybody else around me is eating pizza, hot dogs, whatever the kids were having tonight. I was just
Freezies.
Freezies, yeah, you know. That one hits Patterson on the backside, and he's going to be at first base. Runners at first and second, still nobody away here in the Royals' second inning. Leading this one 3-0 if you're just tuning in.
Carson Burns had a good read on that one. Went for the steal and probably would have made it.
I think the ball just slipped a little too far out of O'Reilly's hand. I thought they figured they were maybe trying to pitch out here, but at the same time it just rode inside on Patterson and kept tailing in rather than going out, and Dan Gorman is coming back out here. And he's going to the bullpen by the looks of it here.
Already. Well, it looks like that is going to be the end of the night for Cam O'Reilly. As I was driving up towards Hastings, I noticed a couple people up, warming up, not really throwing just yet, but stretching, getting active in the bullpen, but I didn't think it would come to this.
Well, in this situation, as the Barnstormers, you can't afford to let an inning get out of the way here either. So it's just like you got to cut the bleeding down. You got to get outs any way you can here.
Especially in an elimination game, you just want to tighten it up. And especially if O'Reilly's having a rough night, if something's not clicking for him, just get him out of there, turn to the bullpen, and get things back on track.
Okay. We're going to take a brief pause from the action here, ladies and gentlemen, when we get the new pitcher. His chance to warm up. You can watch it in the window as we roll some ad credits here, too. We'll be back on Royals TV when we come back in a second here. The call to the bullpen here is Hastings Stadium. Aiden Ryan taking over on the hill for the Barnstormers, looking to get out of this. 2 runners on and nobody away here in the bottom of the second inning. Royals already up 3-0, courtesy of a 2-run blast by Josh Garton. Josh Alderman, Neil Srivastava bringing you the call tonight. I'm going to say it's great to have somebody back in the booth with me, too. As Leader hits this one on the rope to left field. That bounces off the left fielder. That's going to score another run. One's coming home. Patterson goes to third. Leader's in there with what will be a single and an error charged on the left fielder. Give him the RBI. 4-0 Royals.
Andy Leader, what a time for his bat to get hot. We knew he had that all-star pedigree coming in 3 times with the Kitchener Panthers. He was called up to the second team, then made the first team last year, and then was acquired by the Royals. He's had a slow start to the season with the Royals, but he has just been building and building and building. And these last few games, I don't even think there's a bat that's hotter than the one in the hands of Andy Leader.
Leader I think it was just a matter of, he hadn't really swung a bat in a baseball situation other than the batting cage and everything else. Yeah, he's coaching a team as well. So it takes a while to get the eyes back and the hits back and the hands going again.
Mm-hmm.
So once he got all that going again, it was just like, okay, yeah, he's back in his groove and things are happening again. Infield in here, there's a Barnstormers trying to keep this a 4-0 deficit with Connor Morrow at the plate, who singled and came around to score in the first inning.
Aiden Ryan, the new pitcher for the Barnstormers, plies his trade also with the Tecumseh Thunder, one of many Thunder players on this Chatham Kent roster.
Aiden Ryan was, I believe, was the pitcher of the month in May, actually, for the Intercounties. This one's hit down the line. That's a fair ball. Leader rounding hard. He's coming hard. Patterson has to pick him feet here. He's got ran over by Andy Leader.
Oh.
The ball goes behind home plate, and Morrow is going to be at third. Give him a single and a 2-base error on the throw. 6-0 Royals. Give Morrow the 2 RBIs on the play as literally Andy Leader almost picked up Ashton Patterson and brought him home.
He was just bearing down on him.
Patterson was just, nonchalantly going, okay, I'm going to score, no problems. Didn't realize Leader was right behind him, like literally.
I think he could hear it or even glance back a little, and he really picked up the pace there.
Yep.
Thankfully, no malfunction at the junction. Both runners crossed the plate safe and sound. We got a runner on third, no outs, and Franklin Torres at the bat. Good take there from Torres.
Torres flew to right field, his first time up in the first inning. Bottom of the second inning, Royals now leading this one 6-0. Just tuning in. Another big inning here in the second inning for the Royals. Seems to be your MO at home so far this postseason. Count 2-0 on Franklin Torres. Garrett Takamatsu on deck. J.D. Williams waiting in the hole. Still nobody away here in the inning.
Another fantastic take from Torres. Runs the count up to 3-0 now. Torres, the long-time LA Angels farmhand. Another good take there. He's pretty patient. Has been so far this season.
I've always wondered if catchers just have a better batter's eye or when they're at the plate or not. Just because they know what the umpires are calling to and what they're getting for when they're behind the plate, at least for their team. So maybe they're kind of judging the same thing when they go back out there and say, hey, you gave so-and-so this one. Why can't our guy got this? That one misses upstairs, and Torres will draw yet another walk here in the second inning. Garrett Takamatsu, who reached on an error to bring home the first run of the ball game in the first inning, will be the batter now.
Takamatsu, just 25 years of age. So far this postseason, he's batting a clean .375 heading into tonight's contest. 2 RBIs, 3 hits, and 1 run. He has been such a fantastic contributor as well in the regular season. 4 home runs, 32 RBIs, 8 doubles.
Well, as he joked with me in the interview we did together, and I know he was nervous as heck because he's not used to doing those things. He's like, yeah, I'm just so glad I don't have to drive down Lakeshore to go to the ball game. I'm like, I know his pain. Because every time I used to work with the Maple Leafs, I used to take the Greyhound in from Guelph. I'd have to literally leave at 2:45 on that bus to hopefully get there for 4. But sometimes the Gardner Expressway and everything will just be so jammed you don't get out of there until almost like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And of course, you got to take the subway up to Bloor. That's a double play here, but another run comes home. Royals up 7-0 as Takamatsu is retired on the ground ball double play. No RBI because you can't give him an RBI on a double play.
That was a smart move, the best move that Chatham Kent could have made. Instead of going for the standoff at home plate, taking their chances with that, they took the surefire double play, and in a situation like this, you got to give them their due. That was the right move. They just want to get out of this inning, stop the bleeding.
Well, in this situation, you just got to stop. You got to concede the run, get 2 outs, and then go after the next batter.
Yep.
And hope your bats can come back around. Which they showed last night. They have a lot of character in that team. Yeah, Friday night they might have got their butts handed to them a little bit, but at the same time, they went back out the very next night and they took the Guelph Royals to the mat. And that's something you build off.
Yeah, and gave them quite a bit of momentum. Even with the loss, still plenty of heart and desire in these Barnstormers in their inaugural season, making a big push into the playoffs.
Oh, exactly. Well, I remember having the conversation with Harry and Dom in the offseason. Okay, what kind of team you guys got? Because again, it was just like a lot of local guys, and I knew the area. I know the area fairly well too, just because I've seen so many guys fish with St. Clair College and everything else, and the OCAA. So it was like, okay, that's fine. Like you guys have got a great core here. What are you guys going to do accentuate? That was before they had signed Seth Strong and everything else, and then it was just like they bring in Panda and then they bring in some other guys, and it's like, okay, these guys are taking this seriously.
All right, it's game on now.
Yep.
So that will bring an end to the bottom of the second, but the Royals, they get their licks in. They've done their damage. The most runs scored so far this game. Your Royals are leading 7-0 as we head into the top of the third inning. Stay tuned to Guelph Royals TV.
Top of the third inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Game 3 of the quarterfinal series between the Guelph Royals and the Chatham Kent Barnstormers. Royals up with almost a cricket number, 7 spot here in the third. As Kyle Thomas goes to work against the 9 spot, Lee Kucera. Kucera thought about showing bunt, but pulled it back. Called strike 1 here.
Kucera in his rookie year so far this postseason, heading into tonight's contest. 250 average, 3 Ks, 1 triple, and 2 hits.
The ground ball hit to Connor Morrill, throwing first in time to get the speedster flash down the line.
You want to talk about speed. That throw from Morrow had some heat to it. Really, really impressive stuff. And hey, if the Royals ever need someone to step on the mound.
You never know in a game like this gets out of hand. They might just save an arm or two and throw somebody else out there.
If you're listening, I'm putting my vote in for Connor Morrow.
Spencer Marcus will be the batter now. He grounded out 5-3 in the first inning. Of course, Friday night he had a ground ball double down the line to start the ball game. Takes strike 1 low from Kyle Thomas. Anthony Pavlovic and Seth Strong due up behind Marcus if the inning continues that long. It's a called strike, and the count now quickly 0-2 on Marcus. We didn't like that last call.
Well, he has been one of the most impressive Barnstormers players in the regular season. 365 average, 9 stolen bases, a triple, 5 home runs, and 26 RBIs, but just couldn't catch up to that one. Big swing and miss on his part, and that's going to bring up second baseman Anthony Polowick.
Of course, Anthony Polowick, the McMaster University student, be going back to the OUA very shortly, as the McMaster Marauders will try to defend their OUA bronze championship from last season. Do you believe they come here this year to play the Griffins? The ground ball hit on the homer. Morrow up with a long throw. Garton with the stretch and the reach, and it's a 6-3 putout. Barnstormers were tired here in the order to start the top of the third inning. Royals coming up, leading this one 7-0. When we come back at the bottom of the third after this. Bottom of the third inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Another new pitcher on the hill for the Chatham Kent Barnstormers. It's Eric Pettipiece. Josh, what can you tell us about Eric Pettipiece?
He was pretty solid in the regular season. 5.40 ERA, gave up 18 walks, got 28 Ks, 2 wins and 3 losses. But if you look at his postseason record here, in his first ever IBL season, he was unfortunately the Game 1 starter, in which the Royals really jumped out to a quick lead. He's got a 21.60 postseason ERA across 1.2 innings pitched. Gave up 2 walks and 4 hits.
And it's not to fault him anyways, but it was just like they had their bus breakdown on the way here. They got stranded outside of London for a little bit while the tire got replaced. I'm sure that was in the back of his mind. And of course, they get here like about 10 after 7, and it's a 7:30 start. They didn't ask for any additional time or anything, so his mind was probably racing for that first inning, and that second inning he was just struggling for control here. He has an 0-2 count on Hammond right now.
Yeah,
that's never easy for a starting pitcher. That was maybe one of those situations. Maybe you tell them, hey, maybe you should drive down yourself beforehand just to
be safe.
Just be safe. Get yourself in your own mindset. Stick to your routine.
Yeah.
But again, that's nothing at fault against the Barnstormers or anything.
Oh,
like that.
Not in the slightest. No.
As Hammond chases that one out of the zone, Pettipiece gets his first strikeout of the contest, one away here in the third.
Even Hammond, he's very patient at the plate, but he really liked what he saw with that one. And with him heading back to the dugout, just 1 out, that's going to bring up the friendly giant, Josh Garton. Big smile on his face. He's chatting up Panda.
Yep. Fan is like, yeah, I can hit one further. I guarantee it's just something. It's something fun. You can see the big grin on Garth Garton's face, and that was missing last couple of games too. As Garton hits this one off the end of the bat, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Royals will have the runner aboard. Garton thinking about two as that one goes in the nose man's land, and PA has to get the lasso of truth back on him and reel him back to first.
Yeah, he almost was gone. And
Can you tell I've been watching superhero movies while I'm at home?
it's just a little subtle.
Yeah, I know.
Ah,
Couldn't find anything on TV, so I just dug out the DC collection, dug out the Marvel collection, and went, okay, what have I watched recently?
nothing wrong with that, indeed. And Garton, his physique, he's a real-life superhero. But he's also got subtle speed, and Barnstormer's got to be careful. I mean, Seth Strong's got a pretty fantastic arm on him, but Garton, his speed is just otherworldly for a man his size.
Well, he's always been fast. Like, even when he was a youngster, when Baby Garts was Baby Garts. He always was fast. Burns fouls this one off. The count will run to 0-2 here. One away here in the home half of the third inning. Royals up 7-0. Looking to close this series out and join the Barry Baycats in the semifinals. Dance partner to be determined still. But that game is now in the top of the ninth in Labatt Park. It is the Majors leading the Cardinals 10-9. That's of course, game 3, so that series is tied. This one's up the middle. Burns will get another hit. Garton will stop at second base. Royals going station to station here.
The left fielder,
Yeah, if you're a Royals fan, you got to be hoping that London drops that series just so Guelph doesn't end up dancing with Welland in the semis. But either way, this Royals team is tough. They are built to last.
Of course,
they can put up a good fight.
Some years, when of course I'm going to talk about it eventually tonight. But it is a sore point with me. It's just like, as a general manager from 2013 to 2015, it was just like we seem to be missing something. That first year when we had the Red Sox on the ropes, we needed one more left-handed bat. My second year, it was just like, you know what? We just don't have it. We have great pitching, but the bats were silent. It just wasn't working. And then that third year, when I actually quit after the trading deadline, it was just like, just things weren't working at all. And that's not a fault of the players or anything like that. It was just, we had some injuries, we had some players' disagreements. We had somebody who decided he wanted to be traded, and I couldn't get a fair value for him, so I couldn't trade him. So he sat out the rest of the year, which hurt the lineup.
Yeah, it's, again, nothing on you, nothing on the players. That's just the way baseball is. It's just how life goes, and wow.
So, you know, as my years have gone past and we've seen the Royals not get back into that, out of the first round so far, it's been weighing on me a lot this year as far as stuff goes, just because, again, it's just as I get older and you kind of analyze things as you go through things, and it's hard to just put it back. Like, I kind of hope there's some demons around this team as Patterson fouls this one off, and I hope we exercise him tonight somehow. Not to put the cart before the horse.
Knock on wood, no IBL announcer's curse tonight.
No.
Yeah, this team is, it's just something special. You can tell just things have clicked.
Yeah. Like as I was mentioning to Sean Fuller when he was waiting for his plane in Newfoundland this morning, it's just like this team seems to have balance this year. Like everything, the pieces all seem to fit. That's chopped to the shortstop. He's going to step on the bag himself and throw to first to get the speedster for 2 away. A 6-3 double play is going to end the inning. The Royals will strand a base runner at third, but lead this one 7-0 as we come to the top of the 4th inning, and the Barnstormers due up when we come back after the ad break. Top the fourth inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Game 3 of the quarterfinal series, and the Panda coming up to plate. His Barnstormers trailing by 7 here. Maybe he's eating some extra bamboo shoots in the bullpen or dugout or something. He just needs to find a little spark here for these Barnstormers. Need to get something going in a hurry here.
If you look all across the regular season stats, it's this man right here, Seth Strong, who's got plenty of strength in his arms. He led the league in home runs with 16, but he's going to pop that one out. Takamatsu took a step over to his right, a step back to the left, dancing back and forth, but finally was able to make the catch. One pitch was all it took, and already one of the most dangerous men in the pardon me, words are hard.
Words are hard.
One of the most dangerous batters in the IBL is retired just like that. Seth Strong heading back to the dugout, and that'll bring up third baseman Dan Patel.
Dan Patel's been an absolute stalwart for this team all year. A great pickup when he asked for his relief from the majors and everything else. He wanted to play closer to home, which I don't blame him. I don't blame these guys for playing closer to home whatsoever. And it was an opportunity where he knew he was going to play every day. So we don't fault him in that. And Roop Chanderdat, we can tell you, I was just so happy to see Dan get an opportunity to play every day. Because on his roster and everything else, he was a role player. Again, congratulations to Roop Chanderdat on his 400th career win earlier last week against the Kitchener Panthers in the regular season. Roop's a great guy. We have lots of fun conversations, a lot of ribbing when I go to London. That one's grounded to the second baseman. Burns over to Garten for the 4-3 putout, and there's 2 away here in the 4th. Sadler Goodwin, who homered last night, will be the batter. He struck out swinging in the 1st inning. Thomas with 3 punch-outs on the night so far.
Goodwin, just like one of the best Royals players, Jacob Cush, spent last season in the Frontier League with the Trois-Rivières IBL.
The good old Agnes. So he gets a hold of this one deep center field. Williams tracking this one down. He's on the run. He'll make the one-handed grab, and I'll take a deep breath after that.
That was close. Kid's got power, but just couldn't carry it out of the park there. Good effort on his part. But JD making the catch. And the Barnstormers are retired in order. Head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Your Royals still leading 7-0. Stay tuned to Guelph Royals TV.
Beast of Burden plays on the home PA system. That means only one thing. That means Andy Leader is coming off up to bat to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning with his Guelph Royals leading Game 3 of this quarterfinal series. 7-0. I'm Neil Srivastava. With me tonight is Josh Alderman. And if you're Chatham Kent Barnstormers, you just kind of have to take your lumps tonight. Find a way to get some runs across, and hey, if you can find a way back in this ball game, great. But you know, keep your heads up. You guys have played well enough to get to the fifth spot in this season. Of course, I was joking with Harry and Dom in that same interview that say, hey, I was expecting you guys to be finished five or six. So, you know, I'm not Kreskin or everything. I just know how this league works. And then when they got to fifth, Harry's like, do I owe you beer or something? I'm like, no. I owe a hearty handshake and on a job well done. But the Barnstormers have been nothing but class all year. These guys have played hard. They played the game well. That's a testament to everything Dom and Harry and Dan Gorman have put out there and trying to instill in these young guys. Anything, just take this as a lesson. It's not a loss. It's a lesson, guys.
Exactly. That's the best way to explain it to these young kids. Like, yeah, it's tough. A first-round exit, but you made it this far. Like, my heart goes out to the Barnstormers. Just phenomenal. They're a top-class team up and down from the fans to the front office. Just really something else. They've brought new life into this league.
Well, exactly. They made baseball fun in that whole quarter again.
And to come as far as they have in their first ever season, simply phenomenal. Like, they're a team to watch out for heading into next season.
Well, exactly. You look at the rivalry they have now with the London Majors. Yeah, the London Majors won all 5 games this year as Leader lines this one into center field for a base hit, and Andy's still heating up here.
Was shortstop, number 6, Connor.
Leadoff single to start the fourth inning here, and Connor Morrow will be the batter. Morrow's got a pair of singles and 2 runs scored in the contest.
And we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Barnstormers. That's going to be number 9, Sam McKinley, the righty. Just 22 years old, yet another Tecumseh Thunder player on this Barnstormers roster in the regular season. 5.82 ERA, 26 Ks, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 save across 34 innings pitched. Here in the playoffs, a little less than stellar stat-wise. 15.42 ERA across 2.1 innings pitched, 3 Ks, 2 walks, and 3 hits given up.
Final score in from Labatt Park in London. London Majors hold off the Hamilton Cardinals in a seesaw battle, 10-9 to take a 2-1 series lead, as that series will head back to Hamilton Tuesday night in the Hammer. And that is going to be a very interesting Tuesday night ball game on Cable 14.
One you'll definitely want to keep your eye on.
And it's grounded through the hole, and then Morrow's got his 3rd hit of the night. Leader thought about going to 3rd, but then he got hit the stop sign from Dino Romel as he probably realized we're going station to station here. We're not trying to run this thing up by any means, but we'll take. If the guy hits a double, we're going to take 2 bases. We're not going to run this up. We're not here to show these guys up or anything else. We got too much class on the other side. We're going to hit the ball. We're going to play the game right.
Yeah. Plenty of sportsmanship, plenty of respect between these two teams.
Oh, exactly.
And you love to see it, honestly. An expansion franchise, they're new to the league. They've battled their way here into the quarterfinals.
Well, you even see it last night when Garton went and fixed the sign behind in the 8th inning. It was just like they got a Bronx cheer from him, but same time, I guess they were approaching. That one goes off the
took a weird bounce, and Seth Strong, catcher isn't his usual position, but he's pretty solid at it when he needs to be.
Well, he used to, apparently, according to Lori, she said in the chat earlier, he used to be a catcher, so he's always been on teams that have lots of guys that only can play catcher, so he learned to play 1st and 3rd, which, you know, if Seth's got to play, Seth's got to play.
And in a game like this, you want Seth playing.
Well, you got Kemble that's been banged up. You got Fukada on the DL because with a hand injury that I hope he gets some recovers back. He was on fire for this team. That's 3-0 on Franklin Torres now. But Torres has got a plethora of walks in this series.
Already, yeah. 2 of them. He had 8 in the regular season across just a few games with the Royals.
Well, I can turn my phone off now because everything else is done in the intercounty. If you missed it earlier, the Barry Baycats swept aside the Toronto Maple Leafs. Final score this afternoon was 18-9. Had a great conversation with Jonathan Salazzo prior to Game 3. Of course, he got flat out robbed last night by a home run from Kenise Ijo in the first inning. So that one goes over the fence. You never know because it's a totally different ball game. It's 3-1 for the Maple Leafs in the first inning.
So close, and the Leafs really played their hearts out.
They did. And that's just a team that, unfortunately, things didn't go well for them early. A veteran team, they pulled it together, and we're not exactly sure. I heard rumors that they were going to get split up at the deadline, but somehow they convinced ownership to keep everybody together, keep things just going the same path, give us a shot. And the ownership went with that, and they gave it a great run. They were able to get to 7th in the standings and make that playoff thing, and the Barry Baycats were just waiting for them. Barry's had their number most of the season. The Baycats are just on a mission. They want to get back to that league final, get that opportunity. They were really one touch away from going up 3-1 in that series against the Jackfish last year, and one mistake turned the tide of that game and the turn of that whole series, too. As Takamatsu will bat here with bases loaded and nobody away here with a 7-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning now. Takamatsu has walked in. Reached on an error and grounded into a double play as Strong has to stop in front of that one to make the kick save.
Yeah, good block there. He's let a few get past him tonight, but Seth Strong, to his credit, has just done an excellent job of framing up the pitches, of blocking any of the ones that have gone awry. Really excellent stuff from, as we mentioned earlier, a guy who's not a natural catcher.
Well, at least not. He's caught before, but he's just,
that's not his typical position.
Not this year, anyways. I guess it's like riding a bike as you sacrifice your knees to catch a baseball. I tried it in high school, couldn't do it for long. Coach Kovac pulled me out and said, "Go play the right field." I tried. We didn't have another catcher. We didn't. And then thankfully my second year we got Jamie Poe. As Takamatsu unloads this one to left field, that one is going to
clear the fence.
That one is gone. That's a grand slam for Garrett Takamatsu. Royals leading this one now 11-0.
The fans here at David E. Hastings, the Kingdom, are having a grand old time. Takamatsu getting high fives all around. You love to see it for a guy who's been the heart and soul of this Royals team. Came over from the Maple Leafs, just wanted to win. He brought that desire and that hunger to a pretty young Royals team, and the experience pays off.
Remember last year he hit the game-winning home run in extra innings against these same Royals just over the Van Allen sign. So Takamatsu, you can safely say he loves hitting this ballpark. J.D. Williams will bat now. Still nobody away now.
Mr. Left turns only, J.D. Williams. Played in the Cincinnati Red system for close to 4 years. Here in the postseason, heading into tonight's contest, 286 average, 2 walks, 2 hits, and 3 runs. And so far tonight, he just hasn't been able to put bat to ball.
He's been the one guy, unfortunately, who doesn't you're going to want to get it out tonight, JD. As that one skips away from Strong, and the count now 2-0. Royals up now 11-0, and of course you can just see that on the looks on the face of the Barnstormers on the infield. They're feeling kind of deflated out here. That's hard not to be, because you play 42 game season to get to the playoffs. You hope to get to the next level. You hope to get to the promised land, but it doesn't always work out that way. As this one's popped in the air by Williams, that's going to go foul, and the count will be 2-2.
But they've made it this far, and really, credit to that organization. Just a fantastic job. I know we keep saying it time and time again. across this broadcast. Like, our hearts go out to them. They've just had an incredible season.
They do.
Brought new life to the league, to that corner, Southern Ontario. Just fantastic from this Barnstormers team. And said before, we'll say again, it's not a loss, it's a lesson.
Yeah. That one's going to get away, and Williams will be reaches on the air, and he's going to award second base as that one went into the dugout. So there'll be an E6 on the throw, and that was just a tough play. That was shortstop trying to rush the throw because he knows he respects the speed of Williams going down the line.
Sadler Goodwin had a fantastic play to end the bottom of the third.
Yep.
Retire the Royals, but couldn't pull the same magic here in the bottom of the fourth. And that's going to bring up DH Ethan Hammond. Young buck already. 3 RBIs. And 3 hits heading into tonight's contest.
That one's called a strike on Hammond. Count now 0-1.
Hammond, he's a young kid, just 22 years old, but he's got a veteran's mind on him. He's got like a really good eye for the ball, good vision. I like to liken him to a Justin Turner, just someone who has an excellent read for the baseball right out of the pitcher's hand, and to already have that, I guess, eagle eye, that analysis to spot a pitch as soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand at just 22 years old.
Well, exactly. I mean, 2 years ago when he really officially made him a name for himself in the league and was a second-team All-Star. I used to ask him, like, what's the difference this year? Like, what are you doing differently? It's like, well, I hit a ton of baseballs down at college, so I came in already feeling like it was a step ahead of the game. And then this year, of course, he was sidelined with injuries till Canada Day when he made his debut and everything else. And it was just like, okay, he's back to being the Ethan Hammond we know and love here. And it's just he's always had that knack for patience at the plate. And he's going to work himself another walk here.
Another great take there from Ethan Hammond. He had 18 walks in the regular season, and those are just stats starting on Canada Day onward. So he's got a lot of patience and a very, very bright future.
Dan Gorman wasting no time, already making the call to the bullpen before Josh Garton is even. Here's his walk-up for more than 2 seconds. So we'll take another brief pause in the action as we get a new pitcher for the Barnstormers.
Welcome back to Guelph Royals TV. For those of you just joining us here in the bottom of the 4th inning, your Royals are leading 11-0 over the visiting Barnstormers in this elimination game. Royals up 2-0 on the Barnstormers, who have really put up a heck of a fight.
They have. And you can just see their heads are kind of sinking a little low here as Josh Garton takes strike one from Kenny Williams. And Williams is another great story. This guy just didn't get an opportunity every place he played. He's played a lot of places, but he also speaks a lot of languages, so which is such a beneficial thing, especially when you have a Japanese catcher. And he happens to be part Japanese, so it just seems to me, it threw me off the first time he was here. It's like, why are they bringing out two guys to talk to the pitcher? And then somebody in the chat says he speaks Japanese. I'm like, oh, it makes so much more sense. He was a translator.
Mm-hmm.
Which in this day and age, especially now, we've got a Japanese invasion, which a couple years ago I didn't think we'd ever see in the inter-county.
Well, it's good to see that the league's gone international.
It is.
Bringing in great talents, letting them strut their stuff, show off what they got. You love to see it.
Yep. Count now is 0-2 on Garton. He watches that one, goes in the dirt from Williams. 1-2 now the count. Garton with a home run and a single so far in this contest. 2 for 2 in the contest, batting .250 on the postseason, but that average is going to go slightly up. And it's just great to see Garton starting to get back in the swing of things, literally here. He was fighting the baseball for the last month, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. Gotten in his own head, but he's reconnected with his bat.
That one's going to be lined out to left field. A lot of ballparks in this league, that's gone, but here it's just a long fly ball out.
Number 7, Carson Burns.
Garton retired for the first out of the inning on the F7. Roosevelt got 4 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There is 1 error, 2 men currently left on base. As Carson Burns will bat now, he's 1 for 1 in the contest. He's walked and singled last time up.
Let's talk about Kenny Williams for a second. In the regular season, 4.52 ERA, 16 walks, 34 strikeouts. 1 win, 3 losses across 53 innings pitched. He was phenomenal for the Barnstormers, coming out of the pen in a starting role every now and then. He can really, really do it all.
So this grounded to the shortstop area, and unfortunately bobbled by the shortstop. I think that was kind of a distraction by Williams as he's trying to avoid out of the way there. Can't fault the shortstop on that. He was trying to keep an eye on where Williams was too. Williams had to kind of make a swerve move to get out of the way of the baseball.
Yeah, a little sidestep, a little shimmy, and I really think that threw Sadler Goodwin off.
Like, you can't fault the shortstop on that one.
Yeah, not in the slightest.
Where it was hit, so we're going to give that one a single, and not trying to be hometown scorers or anything.
So now with bases loaded, just 1 out, that'll bring up the Roadrunner Ashton Patterson as he takes that first pitch high and in. Just missed his face.
And Williams is asking for an effort baseball here. He'll get Strong to throw out a new one to him. And I don't even think if he fields that cleanly, he's got to play anywhere. Like, he's going to pick it up, and he's going to be looking down the line going, Burns is almost there. Why am I throwing it over there?
Mm-hmm.
I make a bad throw, it's going to be 2 more runs. And this one's going to be dove in. Great stop by the first baseman. Williams is covering. They're going to get the out at first. Another run will score as Williams come to cash in. Give Ashton Patterson the ground ball. 3-1 putout and the RBI. It's now 12-0 Royals.
But give Robert Mackey his flowers. Really laid it all on the line on that play, diving out, and he snagged it. He got a fantastic grab of the ball.
At least 2 runs from scoring. No question on that play. That gets past him. That's going to bring home easily another run at third.
So that'll turn things back over to the top of the order. As we mentioned before, Andy Leader, ever since joining the Royals, in the regular season, those first few weeks, he just had a slow start. Something wasn't working for him.
Andy's mom's here, I can hear her. I love her. Yeah, you can just hear her in the background.
Gotta love a supportive baseball parent.
Yeah, I love it. Always have. She was always like, I was always listening. I was always listening for her on the Panthers broadcast when I was up on Jack Couch. Strong is going to give this one chase, and that one went off the roof here, and it's going to roll to her left. And the count is 1-2 on Andy Leader.
Leader, as we mentioned before, 3-time All-Star with the Kitchener Panthers. In the regular season, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs, and he's got speed for days. 3 triples, 5 doubles, and once the bat was on, it was on 28 hits across 26 games.
He loves to hit that 393 sign out there in right field for some reason. Seems to be his area. Well, you missed the fun Friday night, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You missed the streaker.
Yeah, I heard about that, saw the video, and
Like, I was just dumbfounded.
Wow.
I'm not sure how to describe this and not get myself in trouble. So I'm just going to let him go over the fence. And then the poor guy went over where the STX sign is,
Oh,
not
no.
realizing where the dugout he was still in the field as leader tags this one into the gap. That one looks like it's going to be trouble. It's going to drop in. 2 more runs are going to come in for the Royals. Leader's got himself a double, and the onslaught continues here in the Royal City.
Andy Leader, have yourself a night. I mean, you really, really want a guy like him to just really click things, put things together towards the end of the season. That's exactly what he's been doing. Most of his hits have come from games within, I'd say, the last 2 weeks.
Yep, he's starting to heat it up.
What better time than now?
Well, as a Kitchener Panthers broadcaster in the last couple of years, too, you just got spoiled watching him out on every night. You got him, you had Jet Jarvis, you had Blake Jacklin in your outfield. 3 guys that can just flat out run. Like, if the ball was staying in the ballpark,
They're gone.
They're gone. You're going to be under it. And then they would just set the table constantly for Liam Wilson, for Raul Gonzalez. And Connor Morrow works with a 2-0 count on him.
Yeah, Leader's double will bring the shortstop to the plate.
That one misses upstairs for a ball count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Morrow is having himself a night as well. It's a trio of singles and 3 runs scored as the Royals have batted around here in the 4th inning.
And now this postseason, Connor Morrow has scored 9 runs himself, up to 5 hits and 2 stolen bases, but he takes an awkward swing at that one. Tips it back into Seth Strong's glove, and it will count as a strikeout. But your Royals, they put
7 runs across on 5 hits. There's 1 error.
Yeah.
1 man left on base as we head to the. Actually, we're going to continue talking through here. Do we just want to set the table for the semifinals as well? Because people I know on the IBL chat have been asking, and of course they've been asking in the chat. People have actually been text messaging me too. But not going to name names or anything because that's just not nice. But I get it. They have my text. They have my number, so they text me and ask me the question. So we're going to go through it. Semifinals. What happens is so the teams are ranked based on their regular season placement. Depending on where they finish in the standings and everything else, yeah, they win their next round. So if they win the quarterfinals, the rankings still go. Welland still will be number 1. Barry's still number 2 because they're both the teams and everything else. Guelph would still be the 4 seed and everything else. So in this situation, if London wins that series, you're going to have the top 4 teams in the next round. So it means the Welland Jackfish will play the Guelph Royals next round. Barry and London would meet head-to-head in that next round, which is a best of 5. And again, we apologize. I know on the league website it said best of 7. I swear up to Wednesday. Because that's how I based everything I've been talking to anybody about all week. And so, yeah, it's a best of 7 next round. So if I misled anybody in the last few days, I sincerely apologize. I thought it was a best of 7. The finals, I do have it in writing. It is a best of 7. So next round is a best of 5 as well, just to keep things going along so we don't drag into September too long. Because, like we said, we lose a lot of guys to college baseball. The Americans are already gone home anyways. Now we're going to start losing Canadians in the first week as soon as Labor Day hits, too.
Hey, it's nothing on you. I came into tonight's broadcast not even checking the website, thinking it might be 7 games for the semis, but thank you for the correction, Neil. Thank you for laying out the rules for the playoffs, the regulations, and how things might play out in the weeks to come, I should say.
So the only way the Royals don't have to face the Welland Jackfish is one of 2 things. Kitchener has to come back and win Tuesday night and then win Wednesday night, or Hamilton has to somehow upend the London Majors, so that Hamilton would be the lower seed then. That's the only way we would avoid the Welland Jackfish in the second round.
Kitchener's got their work cut out for them, but we've seen them time and time again come here to Hastings and put on a show. If there was a team aside from Barrie that could go toe-to-toe with the Jackfish, I would put my money on the Panthers.
The Panthers, if they can get the pitching and just get the hitting, they get a little bit more timely. But unfortunately, it's just been once the Jackfish bats get going, they're juggernauts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Laura, to answer the question, yes, as long as a position player qualified as a batter. Now we got kids on the fence there. Barks, you're going to have to yell at them to get off the fence.
Yeah.
All right, I guess they realize, oh, we can't stand there. Why don't we just come into the grandstand, guys? Like, take
Yeah.
a seat. There's plenty of seats down the line. We don't charge kids after 5 innings here. Come on.
Yeah, grandstands they're really packed tonight.
They are.
You love to see it.
Yep.
But plenty of room up the sidelines.
Yeah, come on into the ballpark, guys. You
Yeah.
don't have to hang out on the fence. As this one's lined up the middle, Williams is going to get himself a base hit to start the 5th inning.
If you want to try out for a spot in the Royals bullpen, your best chance isn't to try and hop into it.
No.
Yeah, just a little too close to the playing field. Had their legs dangling over the fence. Come on.
Yeah.
Just come in. More than welcome.
I'd have to check the official rules, but Laurie, I'm pretty sure Lee Casera, if you wanted to pitch, you could pitch, because once you're qualified as a batter, you're able to pitch in the postseason, and vice versa. If you're qualified as a pitcher, you could actually become a position player. So
Really?
it has happened before. We've had situations with the Maple Leafs where they had an injury to one of their infielders, and a pitcher wound up playing the right field for, I think, 2 games of the postseason. This one is grounded on a rope. Morrow will flip to second base. Burns on to first. Not in time. They do get, Robert Mackey will reach on the fielder's choice. 1 away here in the 5th. 14-0, the Royals leading this one. We're not going to try to mention the score. We're not trying to rub it into the Barnstormers' face whatsoever. So we're just going to say they're up by a lot, and we're going to just tip our caps and go about our business. Yeah, you can read it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, we're not going to go there.
The Barnstormers, yeah, we got a lot of respect for them. Just a phenomenal team. Said it before, I'll say it again. Front office to the fans, we got plenty of respect for them. They're a franchise with a very, very bright future.
No question there.
And tonight's game, to repeat a used phrase, it's not a loss, it's a lesson.
Yep.
It's a teaching point. It can be a big motivator for a lot of these young guys, even the more experienced guys who are coming back to Chatham next season. They could be ones to, no, not even could be. They will be a team to keep an eye on next year, a force to be reckoned with for certain.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to them renewing the rivalry with the London Majors next year, because that was a great. It was fun watching those 2 teams play.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was, my nights off. What am I watching? Why am I watching Chatham and London play? Because I was enthralled. I love to see what the Barnstormers did. I love listening to Mike and Ed do the broadcasts, because I was always learning something. I love it that Ed's got so much knowledge in his head and everything else that I just want to sit beside him for a couple innings just to go, please, sir, I need to be a sponge.
Yeah.
At my age, and how long I've been doing this game, and how long I've been along in the league and everything else, but he knows that area so well, and that's why it works. And Mike's just a great
counterpart, yeah.
And I love Liam, and I love what Liam did last night. He had me in stitches with that thing with the panda.
Yeah, that was really phenomenal.
Had me in stitches. As Spencer Moran goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away here.
Yeah, I thought Royals in London, they had a pretty good rivalry. They've had some good battles. And then I tuned into a Barnstormers and Majors game.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one's fouled away for a strike by Kucera, who's 0 for 1 in the contest. Grounded out 6-3 his last time out. Now working with a count of 0-1 from Kyle Thomas. Thomas is just quietly going out there and throwing up some good numbers here.
Yeah, we've seen sometimes as the latter half of a 1-2 punch of Jacob Cush and himself.
And again, it's just because of how the weekend and how the schedule worked out for the Royals some nights. It's like, okay, Gino's got 4 starters that want to pitch this weekend. Hey, Jake, you start, you go 5. Kyle, you pitch the next 3. Yuki, pitch the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not a bad problem to have, because there's other years where we didn't have that option.
Yeah, and this year has really been a standout year for Royals pitching. They're first in the league in every pitching category.
Takamatsu will get the throw to Garden in time, and that's going to end the inning. Barnstormers staring at the base runner here in the 5th inning. The Royals up by a lot as we head to the break. Royals coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th inning we go here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Torrin Vasilenic takes over on the hill for the Barnstormers as him and Seth Strong trying to work out some signs here. Not a mound visit charge. It's more of a, I don't want to call it a cross-up. I think it's just, hey, I've never caught you. What do you throw? What can I throw down for signs?
Yeah, Vasilenic has pitched in 3 games, 3.1 innings. He's got 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he's given up 2 hits. Again, across 3 games pitched in his first ever summer in the IBL.
First pitch to Torres misses inside for a ball 1. Barnstormers have 3 hits in the contest. The Royals have 11. Barnstormers unfortunately made 4 errors that have not helped their cause. That one misses for a ball, and the count is 2-0. On Torres, who's looking at what might be his 3rd walk of the night already. If this trend continues, as Vasilenic tries to find the strike zone and get on the same page as Seth Strong. That one misses upstairs, and it's now a 3-0 count here.
I personally saw a couple of Barnstormers games that I've called when they came here to Hastings that Vasilenic, he's got a great arm on him.
He does.
And he wouldn't be the only player on this Barnstormers roster who can play that Drew Durst, Shohei Ohtani double role of player and pitcher.
As Torres takes that swing at that one, he hits the right field, and the right fielder will make the catch for the first out. F9 goes to put out for 1 away here in the 5th inning.
Yeah. Kylan Morin, another one of those dual role players. And
as Garrett Takamatsu, who stepped up to the plate his last time up, he just launched a missile to left field for no reason at all. 4 spot. He's also reached on an error and grounded it into a double play. Well, Tracy, we know we have to try, and as a broadcaster, I do try to pride myself on getting the pronunciation as much as possible, especially when I've got a last name like I do and nobody ever gets it right. So trust me, I know.
Yeah, all things considered, heading into my first broadcast with you, I was a little nervous on how to pronounce the last name, but
Just call me Neil. Don't worry about the last name.
Neil.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the way through grade school, it was Neil Alphabet.
Aw.
Anytime I got paged to the office, will Neil Alphabet come to the... That was because Mr. Ritchie always just called me that.
Srivastava's not even that hard to
No,
pronounce,
it isn't.
though.
But once you figure it out, like once you pronounce the first part is Sri, and pronounce the V's as W's, you're
Yeah,
fine.
you're set.
You're set. But most people didn't realize that because we didn't tell them that because nobody ever asked. Not my fault. My dad came from India and had a really weird last name. Come on. What's an Indian kid doing with a baseball? Shouldn't you be playing cricket or anything? That would be always the things I get. I love baseball, so sue me.
Hey, you
My
proved
buddies
them wrong.
my buddies all play baseball. 2 of them went to the major leagues. So
Really?
yeah, one's a catching, like a ballpark catcher. The other one got a small cup of coffee, but he made the majors. And a lot of guys I grew up with got a sniff at pros. If it wasn't here with the London Werewolves or the Edmonton Cracker Cats or something, but a lot of guys got an opportunity. Whoa, we got quite the
Animal invasion. As
We got
Takamatsu's going to ground that one
bees
over to
fighting or
third.
something here.
Great.
That's
Throw.
not something we want to see in the dugout.
Yeah, great throw over to first base. I'm just trying to commentate to get away from the bee insect, whatever is now
the bee
flopping
invasion.
around. Yeah.
It has been the bee invasion has been exterminated now by our
Producer slash exterminator,
Yes.
Jacob Chappelle.
Jacob got him. Okay, we can move now. All right. What did we miss there? It looks like a Takamatsu popped out somewhere.
He grounded out to Dan Battelle, and like I was trying to say, to avoid having to look over at the bee, great throw over
Don't make
to
eye
Mackey at
contact.
first. Yeah. They can sense movement.
Yep.
Well, now that situation has been resolved.
Yeah, okay, we can breathe a little easier now.
Yep. And back to
baseball.
your regularly scheduled baseball.
Count is 2-0 on J.D. Williams now. Bottom of the 5th inning, it's a lot. It's
Yep.
up by a lot, and we're just going to leave it at that. As Williams swings and misses that offering, the count now 2 balls and a strike. Williams with his 0 for 3 in the contest, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Popped out to the second baseman in the second inning and reached on an error in the fourth. An unfortunate victim of circumstance here is somebody's got to make outs, and unfortunately it's been JD's night to do so.
Usually he's the guy that doesn't get out. He's
Yep.
hit after hit, walk after walk. He finds ways to get on base, but well, sometimes you got to step back, let other people take the lead.
It was a bee or hornet of some sort. We're not sure what, but it came and freaked the heck out of all of us, so we almost all bailed out of here. Williams goes down on strikes, and that's a 3-up, 3 inning, 3-up, 3 down inning for Torrin Vasilenic. And the Chatham Kent Barnstormers back with a 6th inning when we come back after the break.
back here at David E. Hastings Stadium on Guelph Royals TV here in the top of the 6th inning. Your Royals are leading by a lot. We're not going to mention the score out of respect for the brilliant franchise that is Barnstormers. A lot of sportsmanship, a lot of respect. Just comes down to that. They're a phenomenal team and a bright future ahead of them. As the first pitch from Kyle Thomas to Spencer Marcus. Big swing and a miss there.
Sorry, I was chomping a celery stick. Hope nobody heard that in the background. Arthur Kawara is the first baseman. He takes over for Josh Garden as Kyle Thomas goes to work here. Takes that one in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2 on Spencer Marcus. Marcus is one of those guys that had a great season, and, you know, it's not a great story. He graduated Niagara College, wasn't getting any whiffs at the Indy League. So that was 2 years ago. So and then when he saw the Barnstormers were having an open tryout last year, he showed up and just absolutely showed off. Turning heads, of course, that is, again, Don Menard did a great job of trying to convince Spencer to come in to try it and attend those tryouts. And apparently he was just mashing the baseball out of Fergus Jenkinson Park, turning heads and taking names.
Yeah, the 23-year-old hasn't looked back since. I want to talk about his regular season stats. 365 batting average, 9 stolen bases, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, and a partridge in a pear tree. He has just been phenomenal in his first season in the IBL, and I can see him sticking around for a while to come.
I think he will. And of course, he's a supply teacher and he's a part-time bartender, from what I read in one of the many articles put out by the Chatham Daily News. So,
a man of many talents.
Yeah. And those are the stories that always draw me back into the IBL. As it looks like Carson Burns goes flat out and makes the catch down the line to retire Spencer Morin for the first out of the 6th inning. That'd be an F4 with an asterisk beside it.
A highlight reel grab there. Wow.
I don't know if you saw Salazzo's catch this afternoon down in Barrie, or I put it is on the Instagram. And it is on the IBL main website because I finally got my credentials to work again. Thank God. Sorry. That is one of my side hobbies I do. I do clip things out for the league whenever I have time, too, when, you know, I'm not doing a million other things.
And people love it.
Yeah. I'm just glad to help promote the league in any way I can. And that's always been my mindset. It's like, hey, I love this league. It's given me so much over my lifetime that I just want to give back as much as I can.
You're a good man, and you're the heart and soul of the IBL for a reason. So that one's going to be popped into shallow left field. Patterson gets to it in time, but there will be a runner at first. A good job there from Anthony Polowick. Just put bat to ball. Didn't need anything fancy, just a little bloop into shallow left. Kind of, the ball died once it hit the grass in the outfield. Patterson turned on the jets, got to it in time, prevented the double, but the single, well, Polowick, he'll settle for it at this stage of the game.
Well, of course, if you're the Barnstormers, you just got to go out and win an inning. Forget about the scoreboard, just go win an inning. That's just even for your own self-confidence here. As that one's lined into the outfield, that's going to drop in for a base hit. Polowick on his horse, he's going to third. And Seth Strong's got himself a double here in the 6th inning. Runners now at 2nd and 3rd with 1 away for Dan Battelle.
Patterson looks like he lost it in the lights here at Hastings. Just couldn't get a good read on it. That one hit the grass.
I've always said this bank here that
going around
angles out to left field is in the wrong spot. I've said that since I came to this ballpark as a child, but that's beside the point. Nobody seems to listen. And if I'm in left field, which I actually did play left field in this park in the night a couple times, and it's like, yeah. As it comes off the bat, you just lose it in that light standard, and it's just so hard to pick it back up.
I doubt even J.D. Williams would have gotten a good read on, and he's a phenomenal fielder, just like Patterson.
My concern coming into this ball game is because we were starting at half an hour early is where's that sun going to be in left field? And thankfully we had an overcast thing to start the 7th inning, so it wasn't so bad. We started at 7 o'clock, but yeah, it was just like in the back of my head, and just goes, that's where my head goes, just because I'm a scorer and I'm a broadcaster. I'm just like, okay. Hope these guys you kind of subtly nudge the left fielder. Hey, make sure you got your glasses. You mention third base. Make sure you got your glasses. Everything else, you kind of just go, hey, you got glasses. You got something. Make sure you got your eyes covered out there because you're gonna probably need them.
Hey, he's a phenomenal fielder, but you can't blame him in that situation as Kyle Thomas. He is wheeling and dealing tonight. Throws a great fastball right on the inside corner. 1-2. Now the count on Dan Battelle. Battelle, an everyday fixture for the Barnstormers ever since moving over from the majors. Takes that one inside. Torres will appeal, but nothing comes of it. Count evened up at 2-2. Kyle Thomas is a unicorn type of pitcher where he can throw otherworldly fastballs with ease and precision, but he can also paint the corners. He's technical, he's precise, he is scary.
And that's why the Tigers were so high on him. It's just unfortunately he was one of those. It's hard to be a Canadian in the major leagues.
Yeah.
Even in the minor league system, because they have guys they're looking at from the Dominican, the international guys, everything else, and it's just like, okay, I got this Canadian kid that, well, is if he makes it, it's great. If he doesn't make it, he's eating up a visa. And that's the unfortunate thing for Canadians.
It's sad reality. Baseball it's a cruel business. Yeah, Thomas played 3 years in the Tigers system, 2016 to 2019. And he's taken his talents back home. And he has not looked back since. As he throws that one, a two-seamer on the bottom outside corner. 0-1 the count on Sadler Goodwin.
Goodwin with a big home run last night. He is 0 for 2 in the contest, a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. As he takes a strike on that one. And the count now is no balls and 2 strikes on Goodwin.
And just the second home run of Goodwin's IBL career. Another guy that you could see being a fixture on not just the Barnstormers, but any IBL team for years to come.
Oh, no question. And with being a first-year team, it's almost impossible not to have to draw in a lot of college guys. So, and again, you've seen it happen even last year with Hamilton, where it's a lot of college guys, and then come that first-round series, your bench is depleted. You maybe have 3 guys on the bench where you used to have 8. You don't have the same number of arms in the bullpen either. That is going to do it for the top of the 6th inning. We're going to take a quick break in the action here. We'll come back with the Royals due up when we come back here on Royals TV. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium. A couple of defensive changes for the Chatham Kent Barnstormers. Dan Patel will slide over to second base for Anthony Pollock. Pollock was be replaced in the lineup by number 5.
That is Jalen Butcher. Butcher, one of the many rookies here in the Barnstormers lineup. In the playoffs, he's got a .333 batting average, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, and 1 run scored himself. As that one, the first pitch to Ethan Hammond, fouled very hard, very fast into the beer garden here at Hastings.
Everybody's taking a quick look, make sure everybody's okay down there, because usually when you're slipping on your cold ones, you're not usually looking right directly at the ballpark here.
Mm-hmm.
That one's in there for a strike, and the count was quickly 0-2 on Ethan Hammond.
Torin Vasilenic staying in the game at pitcher. Another fastball inside. Hammond nudges back, stays out of the way of that one, and it'll be a ball, 1-2 the count. Goes back to the fastball again in the dirt, but good coverage from Seth Strong. Panda doing his best to block the ball. Even if there wasn't a runner on base, still an excellent job for a guy who, said before, say it again, is not naturally a catcher here in the IBL. As Sadler Goodwin makes a throw onto first, and Ethan Hammond beat that one out by a hair.
Just by a hair. He got across the bag before the throw did, and Ethan Hammond's aboard with an infield single. Valiant effort by Sadler Goodwin. Arthur Kawara is now the batter.
Yeah.
He takes over for Josh Garton, whose night is over.
Pitching for Garden number 27, Arthur Kawara.
I was just about to say, I don't think Garton shaved off his trademark locks in between innings.
I don't think he usually bat from the other side of the field either.
Well, who knows? Might be trying something new. That's Kawara.
Don't usually recommend doing that in the postseason.
Yeah.
Usually can lead to an injury.
Kawara sends that one sky high. We're still waiting from the call to NASA to see if it landed. Count now 0-1 on the youngster. He's 23 years old. Another Guelph Griffin here with the Royals in the regular season. .206 batting average. 2 walks, 5 RBIs, 1 double. Making his first ever postseason appearance here in the IBL.
Chops that one foul. Actually, I think he got into action, I want to say 2022 actually as well, when in that Game 5 against the Cardinals that unfortunately did not go the Royals' way. And that's all we'll mention about that ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Brings back too many memories, even just for the ownership group here too. We're sitting exactly in this chair, and things not going our way there. As Flores goes down swinging, and Vasilenic's got himself another strikeout here.
The less said, the better. But let's focus on the present. Let's focus on the now as Carson Burns steps up to the plate. Ashton Patterson waiting in the wings if the inning extends that far.
Burns quietly got himself a pair of singles and a walk. Reached on base all 3 times he's been at the plate so far.
2-time All-Star with the Barry Bay Cats, the Orangeville native. So far this postseason, 1 stolen base, 2 RBIs, and a double. He's really settled in well with these Royals.
Ground ball hit to the second baseman. Only play he's going to have is go to first, as Battelle will flip it over in time to get Burns. As Hammond will go to second base now with 2 away on the 4-3 groundout. I bring up Ashton Patterson now. He's reached on a hit by pitch, grounded into a double play, and has a ground out 3-1 with an RBI.
From one Guelph Griffin to another. Patterson in the regular season was a force to be reckoned with. 3 doubles, 8 stolen bases, scored 16 runs himself, and had 10 RBIs.
Patterson hits a slow roller, but that's going to go foul and out of play. First strike 1.
He was about 3/4 of the way to first base before he put on the brakes.
Yep. Well, I think the umpire yelled at him, "Hey, slow down, it's foul." There's no bird seed down here. first round, of course, is a best of 5. Second round, the semifinals is a best of 5 as well. It is the finals that's a best of 7. As the league, like I said, with the college kids and everything else, and school being back in session, they just try to force everything through the first 2 rounds as quickly as possible, and then the finals usually wind up being Friday, Saturday, Sunday in 2 different weekends.
Ooh.
That
And
one's fouled off.
He
by Patterson.
fouled it. The way he fouled it, hit it off the bat, up against the side of his helmet, and then out into the dirt.
Thankfully, we got those extra strong helmets on these days.
Yeah. A knock to the melon is not something that the Royals need.
Nope.
Not something that Patterson needs at this stage of the game, at this stage of the playoffs.
No, you don't. And of course, the league does enforce concussion protocols like everybody else does across Baseball Canada. So they take it very seriously.
As they should. Yeah, looked a little shaken up there. Got back in the batter's box. Couldn't make the most of the at-bat, though. Big swing and then the miss. And let's talk about Torn Vasilenic. What a night for him so far. Position player, taking the mound, making the most of his time in the spotlight.
He's only allowed the 1 hit so far. He's got 3 strikeouts on the night and 2 innings pitched. We'll be back with the 7th inning when we come back. The Royals leading this one here on Royals TV.
Hardline drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution.
The Rev 1X by Rollins.
Top of the 7th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium, Game 3 of the quarterfinals. I'm Neil Srivastava. He's Josh Alderman. Jake Chappelle is our illustrious producer tonight. Eric McKenzie on the music. And, of course, Hector Yan takes over here in the 7th inning. It's a diving stop by Carson Burns. Throw to first. Put the star on that one. It's a 4-3 to get Josh Williams.
That grab was heard around the IBL. Carson Burns, my, oh my, have yourself a night. Just a phenomenal diving grab, akin to the one that Robert Mackey made a couple innings ago. Comes up with it, makes the flip over to Kawara at first. Just a thing of beauty.
Just an absolute great play, and that's why when Carson Burns became available, general manager Dean Ormel jumped all over the opportunity to bring him here.
No hesitation, and with the pedigree that Burns brings with him, not to mention his work ethic, his batting average. Just a fantastic pickup.
Just another proven playoff commodity that the Royals need on this lineup.
Mm-hmm.
As Jan falls behind the count, 2-0 here. Ground ball hit to Takamatsu. He'll step and throw to first. As a scoop by Kawara. 5-3 goes to put out. There's 2 away here in the 7th inning.
Hector Yan.
At Chatham Kent Barnstormers, General Manager Harry Muir and his wife hop up to say hi to us tonight. And we congratulated Harry, as I'm just losing it tonight now. I think the meds have kicked in. On a great season, and just tell them to keep their heads up and everything else. And got ourselves a new souvenir we'll definitely be sporting around the house. Can't wear it in public, though, because then people are going to say, you're cheering for those guys? If you've seen my office at home, you know I've got lots of merchandise from various teams up on it. I don't have anything on the Jackfish. I didn't have anything from the Barnstormers till now. So, you know, now I got some Barnstormers merch that I will wear with pride and definitely hang on the wall, too.
And great team, great organization all around. And we are going to love watching their future, their next few years. Spencer Moore in there. Gets a 2-out single. Hector Yan took quite a tumble trying to come up with that ball.
Almost like the reverse Matrix move. He tried to get it in bullet time, but unfortunately just quite didn't get the glove on it. And Lee Casero will bat with 2 away here. Just the 6th hit of the night for the Barnstormers. As Kyle Thomas quickly and quietly went about his business for 6 consecutive innings.
That's how he plays the game. That's what he does best. Just goes to work. Efficient, ruthless, and precise is Thomas.
As he gets Casera to chase that one around his kneecaps for strike 1. That thing was moving.
Yeah, Hector Yan, his first postseason appearance this year, 3.73 average ERA, I should say, in the regular season. 63 strikeouts, 49 walks across 72 innings pitched, and 4 wins to his name.
I've unfortunately nicknamed him Dr. Heckle and Dr. Hyde some nights because you're not sure which Yan you're going to get. You're going to get the one out there that throws consistent strikes, or you're going to find the one that's going to be all over the strike zone and throwing a lot of walks. And for the Royals fans, you just hope he's always the guy that throws a lot of strikeouts because that was always his potential, and that's why the Angels were so high on him as well.
Played in their system for close to 5 years, and knock on wood, no IBL announcer's curse tonight. The stuff he has thrown tonight is both fast and nasty.
This one's popped up down the line. Takamatsu giving it chase, but he is going to
come up with it.
Just on the edge of the track there. There was a fence there that he could have reached over, but there's no fence. He makes the catch, and Jan's inning is done here in the 7th inning, as are the Barnstormers. They strand a base runner, and the Royals will come to bat after the 7th inning stretch when we come back after the break. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Hastings Stadium. Game 3 of the quarterfinals. Well in hand for the Guelph Royals as they look to complete this series victory. Garrett Day will take over on the mound for the Chatham Kent Barnstormers.
Day, who spent some time earlier this year with the Chatham Senior Diamonds in the regular season. He threw a very impressive 1.66 ERA across 21.2 innings pitched. He's got 7 strikeouts, 2 losses, and 5 saves to his name.
That one's grounded out on 1 pitch, 1 away here. Leader retired on the 4-3, 1 away here in the 7th inning.
Number 6, Connor Morrow.
Connor Morrow, the shortstop, 3 for 4 in the contest. Did strike out swinging to end the 4th inning his last time up.
He's got 5 hits, 9 runs scored himself here in the postseason so far.
Apologize for the lens flares on all the cameras. Unfortunately, it's that time of night when these bulbs on they hit up tightly. We don't have the luxury of LED lighting here at Hastings Stadium. Maybe sometime soon.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Please. I've only been begging for it for the last 15 years. The lights are terrible here at Hastings Stadium. They always have been. Even Rogers has problems when they come here to do broadcasts. And they've got all the high-angled systems where they don't, you know. Ours are held together with duct tape and string sometimes. And maybe a little bubble gum to hold it in place.
Duct tape and a whole lot of hope.
But somehow we've touched wood. We've avoided the cameras so much. Getting hit so far as we touch wood again.
Yep.
Came darn close to one game against London. Like within inches. That one misses outside for a ball. The count is 3-1 from Garrett Day on Connor Morrow. This one is chopped high down the third baseline. Double pump. The long throw is not going to be a time. Morrow will have the infield single. He's 4 for 5 on the night.
Number 44, Franklin.
Jalen Butcher making a good grab there. Just couldn't get the throw over in time.
Well, such a high hop, and he's got to collect his arm. He's just got to get his momentum shifted to in time to throw the ball across. And it's not an easy throw from behind third base across there.
Yeah, he really gave it his all there. Yeah, not intend to throw shade his way. That was a tough play.
It's a very tough play. Like 9 out of 10 times in this league, if you get that ball on a little lower bounce, yeah, you got a chance to do it. But that one's thing was just sky high now, a mile high in the air here.
It's a Hastings hop. Day throws that one to Torres just outside. 2-0 count now. 1 out, runner on first. The Royals leading by quite a bit.
As Torres hits this one into the gap here in left field, a flat out attempt by the center fielder is going to go in vain. Morrow is going to advance to third. Torres will take second base. Royals have got the stop signs on here from manager Gino Rommel. Runners now at second and third, 1 away here in the 7th inning. As Garrett Takamatsu, who's already got a grand slam in this contest, will be the batter now. Franklin Torres collects his first hit of the night to go with the 2 walks he hit. A valiant effort by the center fielder to try to get to that one, but unfortunately it just was just out of his reach.
Yeah, Spencer Marcus out there in center. He's still looking a little banged up.
Well, we probably got the wind knocked out when he went flat out for that one.
Oh, yeah.
So he's probably just trying to collect his thoughts, and maybe we didn't land on a sprinkler head out there, but I don't think, no, the sprinklers are more this way, so I think he's okay, but still, yeah. He's up back and he's waving people off. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, it just needs a second quick breather. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, Brian Moore, I'm glad you found us. I hope you'll definitely try to bring your family to a game here around in your local area anyways.
And it looks like just for precautionary reasons, Marcus's night might be over. He is heading in, whether that's just a chat with Dan Gorman or not.
Are we going to bring a replacement out here?
Got a couple people moving around.
Okay, the umpires are in the infield. It's making sure trying to make sure we don't lose a number here. Yeah, it looks like we have somebody coming out to replace him here. You know, that's a valiant season for Spencer Morin, and was decidedly thrilled getting a very, very big ovation.
Spencer Marcus.
Spencer Marcus, sorry. It might be Spencer Morin going out there, though. We'll see.
Could be. As I believe that is Polwick, who ran up towards the bullpen.
To get somebody to get a.
Yeah, it looks like.
So it looks like J.D. Williams is going to go to first base because I can't see him going out there with a bad wheel. And then the first baseman is going to go out to the center field.
Yeah, so it looks like Josh Williams is staying in the infield.
Yeah, so it looks like Williams is going to go to first.
Yep. Josh Williams at first. Hey, another great thing about the Barnstormers, fantastic jerseys.
Oh yeah,
easy to read.
The only thing I wish you guys had on you had the numbers on the front. If you can fix that for next year, you got a primo jersey here, guys. Let's make it big enough so the blind guys up in the press box can read it.
First pitch to Takamatsu. Slider that just got
so
away
Mackey's
from
going
him
in the center field.
Okay.
And J.D. Williams is in the ball game, so it means the pitcher is hitting for themselves.
Yeah, so Takamatsu grounds that one right over to the third baseman, flips it on to Josh Williams at first. They get one out, but still, 2 runners on base, 2 outs, and that will bring up Mr. Left Turn's only J.D. Williams, trying to find his first hit of the night. Seems like everyone else for the Royals has had a hit, has gotten on base at some point. JD, yeah, something really hasn't clicked for him. And, of course, as soon as I say that, puts bat to ball, sends that one soaring. Foul, of course.
So Garrett Day will be batting in the leadoff spot when his turn in the order comes up for Spencer Marcus. I guarantee Point Streak is going to have a real conniption fit on me at some point tonight, so Herb Morrell and I will be on the phone fixing this later. I can usually fix most of the issues in Point Streak because I've dealt with it enough, but this one always messes things up. There's no way around it. It just does.
A mind of its own by the looks of it. JD sends that one foul. It looks like it might have hit the bag over at first base, but umpire calls it foul. That one was close. That was really, really close. But hey, there's a reason the umps are down there on the field getting paid to do the best that they can, and we're up here in the broadcast booth. As JD fouls that one back. A terrified cry of "look out" ringing out through the grandstand here at Hastings.
Am I allowed to chime in on that question the Hop Fodder's asking? Because I've seen a few of them this year down there. He's asking what would be the Barnstormer moment of the year, and it's like, well, for me personally, I think there's a couple that come to mind. Obviously, the first pitch in that first game at home.
Yep.
Seth's first home run.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then of course, then the monster shot he hit when I was on the in the box in Hamilton. I'm just like going, okay, this guy's for real. Like that was actually my reaction as soon as the mics got killed. Was like, holy crap, this guy's for real. As Williams strikes out to end the 7th inning. But those are the ones that I would think definitely stand out. And of course, then your first home playoff game, Chatham, you guys put on a show, and it was just like great to see. And then my hat's off to you guys because not only you guys did you show up, but you filled out as well. Like, you guys average 700 fans on a regular basis in a stadium that holds 900 people. It was just, my hat's off to you. There's teams that have been around this league that don't do that on a regular basis. But you guys, you bought into what Dom was selling when there was nothing there.
Yeah.
And that's what always stuck with me. You drank the Kool-Aid. You hung around for the Gatorade.
Yeah.
You hang around, guys. And you've built the support. And it is lovely to hear the stories of people walking around Chatham going, rocking the CK banner with a lot of pride. So if you do nothing else from this tonight, guys and gals, take that away from that.
Just the Barnstormers in their inaugural season, an expansion franchise. I think you put it best. They showed up and they showed out. Just, that's something you really love to see at this level of baseball. Just the fans, the local fans buying into it, and buying into it wholly, just entirely. Pure love for baseball out in Chatham Kent.
And Yuki Narita takes over on the hill, just looking for an innings of work here as we get the lucky call to the bullpen. When hunger strikes, go see our friends Dino's Restaurant on Woolwich Street and Woodlawn Road here in town, and I trust you. It's one of my favorite restaurants, not just saying because Dino's a good friend and everything else, but try the Spartan box. Jenny loves the beet fries, and she'll always get a box as well, and we just love going there and hanging out with Dino and everything else. And I try to go in there quietly just when he's not working, so, you know, he doesn't try to comp my meal. And, you know, I cannot wait to get a chance to go next. I already told Jenny next year we're going to Chatham Kent. We're going to book a hotel either in London or whatever. I'm going to work a game in London on Friday night. So sorry, Eric. Just giving Eric Spearman a heads up. I'm taking a Friday night off next year from Cable 14. John, you guys can figure it out. I'm going to take a Friday night, go work a game in London, and then I'm going to drive up to Chatham for a Saturday night game and hang out with you guys. I'm going to take in a game as a fan next year, okay? Just as a fan. I may have to wear a disguise, a mustache, whatever, but I'm going to a game and I'm just going to be a fan. All right?
That's something I'd love to see. Neil Srivastava, International Man of Mystery.
Yeah, baby. Sorry. Been cooped up in my house way too long, okay?
Truly shagadelic evening here at Hastings.
Poor Jacob's got his head down on the table going, what have you done to him, Josh? You broke the man in half.
Well, this is what you get when you bring me into the booth.
Yep. Hector Yan works here. His first delivery is swung on and missed by Garrett Day, who got called in the action here. I apologize in advance if Point Street gets messed up because once the pitcher comes into the game, a.k.a. the flex hitter and everything else, the DH comes in, Point Street just goes on its own little world for a bit. Thankfully, it's not popping any weird 44 errors or anything else right now, but we're still not through this inning. So that's usually when it happens.
Knock on wood. Yeah, Point Streak some nights seems to have a mind of its own. It's got its own plans.
Yeah, it does. And again, it's just because it's an older piece of software that hasn't really been given the love it needs to be with an update that of any major capacity.
Speaking of giving love, the Royals Kingdom comes alive for Garrett Day, who put bat to ball, fouled that one back. Stays alive here in the 0-2 count. A lot of love for the pitcher. But he does take that one. It's a fastball low, and it's called a strike.
And Yuki's got his first punch out of the postseason.
Yuki, simply phenomenal in the regular season, quickly became a crowd favorite after joining the Royals following a pretty fantastic season with the Subaru Motors in the Japan Company League. 181 ERA, gave up just 21 walks, 57 strikeouts, and 5 wins to his name across only 44 innings pitched. He's efficient, he's right to the point, and he gets the job done night in and night out. And his work ethic has really endeared him to the Royals Kingdom. So he throws that one, a breaking ball right, and I mean like right in on Jalen Butcher. An inch or two to, well, our left, their right. Probably would have knocked his elbow guard clean off. Tries the slider again. That one gets away from Torres. Didn't even try and make an attempt to block it or get in front of it. No runners on base, so no harm, no foul. 2-1 count on Jalen Butcher. Yuki gets set, delivers, and he delivered some serious heat on that one. Fastball right up Main Street.
So do you follow Yuki on Instagram or no?
I don't, but the way you phrase that makes me feel like I should.
You should. Like, it's just, it's as much as it's not in English, and you have to use Google Translate to say understand what he's saying. But him and Franklin Torres went fishing this weekend. It was just, it was hilarious, and at the same time it was cute.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, I also had me concerned going that we got to explain to him the fishing and gaming rules here in Ontario, because it was like they caught this little fish and everything else. I'm going, please tell me they put it back in the water, because I didn't know if I should intercede there or not. But it wasn't big enough to take home, put it that way. As Yuki gets another punch out, Butcher goes down on strikes for the second out of the 8th inning here.
Yeah, just thinking of Yuki, I think back to the first game that I called for the Royals this year, Canada Day. I was up here in the booth with Eli Pearl, the Royals social media manager, and he revealed to me on the broadcast that when he went around, asked players what their favorite thing about Canada was for a video on the Royals page, he wanted to know what Yuki's favorite part of Canada was. And he said, the Canadian geese.
Oh, God.
So, like you said before, equal parts hilarious, cute, and concerning.
Yes. Like, please tell you do know you can't do anything with them, right, Yuki?
Don't go near them. Don't look them in the eyes.
Yeah. They multiply before your eyes, so just don't do anything. Yes, they're a menace to society. But we're not allowed to touch them because they're a national bird.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? They got one fan, and it's Yuki Narita.
All right, then. Make sure we take him out to where the correctional center used to be and show him where all his friends live. Take him out for a hot dog at Rockies and let him go entertain himself with the flock of geese. Which is not a flock, though. It's a small flood.
A militia.
Yeah. 3-0 count on Steph Strong here on Narita, who's carefully pitching to Steph Strong here. Strong just swung out of his boots on that one for strike one. Narita finally threw him a fastball.
Yeah, he was hesitant. He was playing it safe and threw caution to the wind there. It really paid off. Big swing and a miss from Panda. As Yuki gets set, likes the sign he sees from Torres, and delivers the 3-1.
Fouled off and out of play by Strong.
That one got way, way back.
He must have toned down the buff on this bat because Friday night it was shiny as all heck. It was shining like a diamond. Now it looks like just a normal stick up here, which I can only imagine how much this one cost. A 34-inch bat. Whew. Strong hits a bullet down the line. That's a fair ball. Quora does his effort to try to get that. Strong on his horse. He's digging hard for a second. There's no stopping the Panda tonight.
Andy Leader did get to it, but that ball, like a few others tonight, just died once it hit that outfield grass. Nowhere to go. Leader got over to it. Enough to hold Strong at second, but not enough to hold him at first, I should say. So Seth Strong with the stand-up double. Still 2 outs here. That will bring up second baseman Dan Patel.
Patel is 0 for 3 in the contest, a pair of strikeouts and a ground out 4-3.
So far this postseason, 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 RBI. He had a regular season 2, remember, 285 batting average, 3 doubles, 12 RBIs, 1 stolen base, and the fastball was his weakness, 33 punch-outs. When he's on, but if he's having an off night, well, best to stay out of his way.
Strong is now 3 for 4 in the contest, a pair of doubles, a single. As Patel does his best to stay alive, fouling that one off. A count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Yuki's looking for a third punch out in his inning here. The score holds. Of course, the Royals will have a few days off between the next round, so some guys down in the bullpen just getting some work. And, of course, We're expecting to see Brandon Deans in the 9th inning just to get him an inning of work.
Yeah, keep him fresh. Nothing too long. Not asking him to put in 7 innings of work.
Or 4 innings like they did on Wednesday night in London. Just ran out of gas, unfortunately.
Yeah, but smart strategy by Dino and company, putting Yan, Yuki, and Deans both in for, if the score stays this way, just 1 inning apiece. Just get him in, get him moving, get the arm warmed up, keep him fresh, keep him healthy. Heading into potentially the next round. As Yuki gets set, delivers the 2-2. A hanging curveball that just didn't break in time. 3-2 now the count. Strong, cautious lead over at second.
You know he doesn't want to get doubled off, nor does he want to get himself in a position where a line drive or something, he makes the final out in this inning at third. So as Patel swings and misses, Yuki gets the punch out. That's 3 punch outs in the inning for Narita and company. Strong stranded at second base. Royals will come to bat, and hopefully their last chance here in the 8th inning as they lead this one by a lot. We'll be back after the break. Done everything he could possibly do for this team all year. He exits to a hearty handshake from Dan Gorman down the line there, Dan Norman, sorry, and a hearty handshake and a hearty salute from us up here in the press box. Seth, you had yourself an amazing year. It was an absolute honor to get the chance to interview you that day, and before I was doing 2 ball games, and you know I was just taken back by your story, taken back by your family and everything else, and you're one of the good eggs in this league, sir. I hope you come back next year, and I hope you let the league on fire again.
Yeah, just being completely honest here, he deserves that MVP award. He's not eligible for Rookie of the Year, but led the league in home runs, just a consummate professional. ever since coming to the IBL, off the back of a phenomenal season with the wonderfully named Bakersfield Train Robbers in the Pecos League. Yeah.
Sounds like such a great name.
Mm-hmm.
It's right up there with the Trash Pandas.
344 batting average in the regular season, 9 doubles, 16 home runs, a league leading stat. 37 RBIs, 28 strikeouts, 55 hits in 42 games. And he can play all across the infield. He's solid defensively. He's phenomenal offensively. Just a great guy.
Just a great guy, and we got a note from his mom, Lori, in the chat and everything else. He played every single inning for the Barnstormers until now, so watching him come out of the ball game is probably bittersweet from when he's down beside the line here. You can see him, everything else, not wanting to leave it in, but he's definitely taking one last look around here.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's not back next year, I hope the hell he's in a Frontier League or someplace playing indie ball and
move him up. Move him up.
You know, having the time of his life. And I hope he'll stay in touch, and I hope Lori will stay in touch too, just because you guys are great people.
Mm-hmm.
As Hammond's retired for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, we'd love for you to stick around, keep tearing the cover off the ball, Seth. But hey, if bigger and brighter things come calling, please take them. You've earned it, young man.
I think point streak's okay. Knock wood, touch wood.
Yep.
Give my laptop a big caress or something. I don't know. Whatever we got to do here. Not sacrificing live chickens. Not doing that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Haven't gotten there.
Cora grounds out 5-3. There's 2 away here in the 8th inning now as Carson Burns will come to the plate.
And the new catcher in the game is number 10, Greg Kemble. A veteran, the 34-year-old, recently played for the Carunas Senior Giants in the West Coast Baseball League. Heading into tonight's contest, he hasn't had the best postseason. In 1 game played, 2 strikeouts, 000 batting average. But in the regular season, he was pretty solid as a backup catcher to the phenomenal Fukuda.
Yep.
Yeah, he was great.
Mound visit coming out here by the pitching coach, and we got a new pitcher here. This young man, Garrett Day, had a great season.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy that had a great season, and, you know, he exits the ball game. He gets a hug from the pitching coach on the way out, so, you know. And, of course, their pitching coach is a legendary man himself, too, so these guys didn't spare any expense to bring in a good coaching staff.
Mm-hmm. And that's something you love to see for a new franchise in the league. They're going out there. They're making big strides. We said before, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. Using this series as momentum, as a turning point, it's not a loss, it's a lesson that you can take so much away from. And for this young team to go so far, to make the playoffs, to put in the performances that they have, you just really love to see it. Great town, great team. And by the looks of it, on the mound, that is number 2, Catalin Morin. Another dual role player. Can play outfield when he needs to. Pitcher. Spent time this year with the Lucan Irish in the OBA. In the postseason, across 1 inning pitched, a 16.20 ERA, 2 Ks, 4 walks, and 1 hit given up. In the regular season, he was a little more solid. 13.50 ERA, 24 walks, 21 strikeouts, 2 wins, and a save to his name across 20 innings pitched. Another young lefty in the Barnstormers bullpen who's got a bright future ahead of him. And his job here is to just shut the door, get out of the inning, and limit the damage. So up to bat now for the Royals will be Carson Burns.
Just trying to make sure we don't mess up point streak. Sorry I got quiet here, folks.
Oh, that's
That's the Eder hat I wear very often up here at Hastings Stadium is the official scorer role too. So we just want to make sure that stuff's right too, because I hate to get somebody stats messed up here, especially in a postseason game.
So it'll be the 26-year-old Burns, two-time All-Star, narrowly evades that pitch. As Morin threw that one inside, you could see just the immediate wide eyes as that one curved in towards Burns. Another fastball, this time high and away. Count now 3-0 on the Orangeville native. Warren wasting little time, right back at it, delivers the 3-0 outside, and Burns will take it. 2-out walk. And that will bring up the Roadrunner, Ashton Patterson.
Oh, Gavin was on the other side of the field. I'm like, well, where's Gavin? He usually comes and grabs that stuff. Poor guy was chasing the ball down behind the visitors' dugout here.
Putting in work tonight.
That he is. He looks great in that uniform, though. Great the team was able to find him one that they could get small enough for his size. Now he definitely feels and looks the part.
Warren's first pitch to Patterson, high and away. 1-0 the count.
Patterson doesn't have a base hit, but does have an RBI tonight. Reached on a hit by a pitch, scored a run. Grounded into a double play and struck out swinging his last time up.
3 RBIs in the postseason so far. Had 10 of them in the regular season, scored 16 runs, stole 8 bases across the first 42 games.
That one misses high and inside, and then Patterson has a 3-0 count in his favor. And thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube on Royals TV. Once again, I am Neil Srivastava. So that's Josh Elderman. You hear with me on the broadcast. He's trying to keep me on my toes when I keep messing things up tonight. So
I could say the same for you, Neil. Words are hard. Thank you for keeping me in check.
No worries.
And of course, big shout out to full-time producer and part-time bug exterminator Jacob Chappelle.
He does both jobs very well. As Patterson takes a strike one call here. That one's going to miss low, and Patterson will draw the walk here with 2 away. Runners in the corner, runners at first and second now for the Royals with 2 away, and Andy Leader due up to the bat. Leader just having another 3 RBI night, 2 singles and a double so far. 2 runs scored.
Just casually having another fantastic outing. Everything he does, he just makes it look so easy. He's one of those experienced veteran guys that you can just lean on here in the playoffs. When the lights shine bright, he shows up and shows off. And we'll take that first pitch inside. It was a good take, but it is called a strike. 0-1 now the count. The Barnstormers got to be careful. Burns and Patterson are both speed threats.
Yeah, but again, I think we don't want to run this up any higher than we need to. And I think out of respect to this team and everything else, we wouldn't go, like if Leader hit the ball off the fence, yeah, we're going to take 2 bases, but we're not. But we're not going to go out there to pad stats. Dino's been on the other side of those games too, where, you don't want to be that manager doing that to the other team. As Leader goes down on strikes, and that'll end the 8th inning. We'll come back with the top of the 9th inning, last chance this season for the CK Barnstormers when we return.
Welcome back here to Guelph Royals TV. For those of you just joining us, I'm Joshua Alderman, joined by the one and only Neil Srivastava. Your Royals are winning by a large margin against the Chatham Kent Barnstormers. The Barnstormers, they have been a tough customer, a fierce competitor all season long, and especially in this series. Put up one heck of a fight. And we said before.
Let's not forget, of course, they won the season series against the Guelph Royals. They were best of three games to 2 in the regular season, including that, I want to say, a very dramatic comeback in the final game. Yeah. And just a sign of things to come for this Barnstormers team as Beans misses upstairs for a ball, count 1-1.
Just a really, really bright future for the Barnstormers. Our heart goes out to them. They have really put in work. The team over there got a lot of love, respect for them and the things they've done. Their fans are just amazing.
No question. Like even when Harry came up to say hi and everything else and drop off that lovely gift that I'm really thankful for, because you know, like I said, I'm going to wear it, and it's going to be hanging on my wall in the home office, and I'll think of it fondly. If you guys are wondering why we have Deans on the hill, it's just again because it's he's got to get some work in here too.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have a couple of days off if the score holds and everything else, and then we're gonna have to. Yeah, there might be a little celebration tonight after this and everything else, and a lot of people with a deep sigh of relief, myself included. I know our owner Sean Fuller and everything else. We were chatting as he was waiting for his plane in Newfoundland today to come here in time, and that one hits. Good one on the upper body somewhere. And he'll take his way down to first. Of course, Deans is just trying to work on some stuff here himself.
Yeah, Brandon Deans, just 23 years old, the Mississauga native in the regular season, threw up a .476 ERA and across 28 innings pitched, 44 strikeouts, 3 saves, plural, 17 walks, and 1 win to his name. And now, no outs, runner aboard. That'll bring up Josh Williams.
Williams, of course, has a single in the contest before moving over to first base. He is 1 for 3 tonight. He started the season as a Hamilton Cardinal, but unfortunately it wasn't working out for him. He wasn't feeling it and wasn't getting in the groove, of course, to what the Cardinals were expecting, so they cut him loose, and then he was able to latch on with these Barnstormers and has been a much better fit for this lineup. And probably just a good shoulder and a good veteran presence on this team.
Yeah, good utility man to lean on. In the regular season, batted .300, 1 double, factored into 6 hits in 8 games, 3 RBIs, and 1 home run. I mean, like you mentioned, Neil, ever since transitioning over to the Barnstormers, like, this is his place to be. Hopefully he sticks around, because
I hope he will too.
This could be his home for a while yet.
Like, I know in London and everything else, it was just, he was the odd man out with the injuries and everything else. When they got Cardoso, it was just like, okay, the writing was on the wall. It's like, okay, so he's available. So the Cardinals signed him. And they swung and missed on that one. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I think, you know, if he can stay healthy and get the chicken wing in better condition, he can definitely be an everyday player in this league still. That one misses for a ball, and that count will run full from Deans on Williams. Like, watching this guy take batting practice is like watching a professional just hit moonshots everywhere.
When he can put bat to ball, he is really electric. And hopefully he sticks around in the league for years to come.
Yep. That'll bring up Robert Mackey here with 1 away. Barnstormers down to their final 2 outs in this inning. And Brandon Deans is pretty much, I don't want to say pulling a Ricky Vaughn like he always does. If you can hit it, you can name it kind of thing, but you know what it's coming. And you just got to get a piece of it, try to put it in play.
Robert Mackey in the regular season, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, 22 hits across 25 games played. He is another guy who could be an impact player for the Barnstormers or any other IBL team for years, seasons to come. He's 26 years old. Takes a big hack at that one. Now the count quickly up to 0-2. Deans taking his time, really bringing things down to his pace, making the game his own. That one driven way into right field. Andy Leader chasing after it. He's still running.
I don't think he got it.
Yeah.
If he did get it, he caught it and foul, out of play here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the umpire's not making a signal, so.
No. He really turned on the Jets. Hit the
We got
nos.
kids fighting over the baseball down the line here, so I'm guessing he missed it, or he threw it down there and said, here, you go, guys, go get it.
Mm-hmm.
I got to run back to my position in right field. Just a long foul ball here from Robert Mackey. That one misses upstairs for a ball count. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Deans has really leaned on that fastball against the first few batters he's faced. Hasn't quite paid off in the way he expected. And
his instinct just took over when I put my hand up to grab that baseball. I realized, oh, yeah, there's a fence and a screen and a mesh thing here. You ain't getting that baseball, Dad.
Yeah. Another time. Another time.
The reverse Dylan Baker.
Oof.
Dylan ducks out of the way of those things. It's going to be grounded to the second baseman. On to first in time. Not it is not. Mackey's aboard on the fielder's choice, and the Barnstormers still have a life here in the top of the 9th inning. Mackey will reach on the fielder's choice as Sadler Goodwin is retired on the 6th force out at second base.
So that will bring up right fielder Spencer Moran, just 20 years old, out of St. Clair College in the postseason. Heading into tonight's contest, 250 average, 3 strikeouts. He's had 2 more tonight, running the total up to 5, and 2 hits so far this postseason. 4 doubles, 9 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and 11 walks in the regular season for him. An impact player who's looking to put up the fight of his life against Deans.
Come on, Royal City, on your feet, cheer these boys home. What?
So now the Barnstormers are down to their last strike. With the Royals up big and a trip to the semifinals on the line, it all comes down to this.
Dean's looking to the sign from Franklin Torres. He gets the one he likes. He's at the stretch position. 0-2 offering. Swung on and missed. And the 12-year-old curse is finally over for the Guelph Royals. They will advance into the league semifinal series for the first time since 2012. Thank God it's over. It was the longest drought I've ever had to be a part of, and I am so glad it's over, and that's a testament to everybody that's on the field, everybody that works for this team, everybody that volunteers, everybody that watches here. It is finally time to put the demons to rest here in center field, and let's go celebrate and let's go collect ourselves and get ready for whoever it is in this semifinal series, because they're in for one hell of a battle against the Guelph Royals.
Guelph Royals, compared to teams of the past, even in the last few years, this is a different beast. This is the complete package. The pitching has been lights out all season long. They lead the league in every pitching category. And this team, man, it is just something else. It is well-rounded. That's the term I keep coming back to.
And that's what I told Sean this morning. This team just, for lack of a better word, is balanced. There's not one key weakness. There's nothing, everything else. You're going to see these guys shake the hands of the guys coming out of their dugout. Yeah, they might have their heads down here, but they've got a lot of a great future ahead of themselves. And keep your heads up, Barnstormers. You guys are going to go places in the years to come. You guys, from top to bottom, are just doing things the right way, and just keep building on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said so many times tonight, it's not a loss tonight. It's a lesson. It's a lesson on what it takes to get through this next round. It took us 12 years to learn that lesson.
One of the most fun and entertaining teams to watch this year. In their inaugural season, the Barnstormers, we said before, they showed up and they showed out. The fans packing Fergie Jenkins every single home game.
Yep.
And you said it best, Neil. They've got a bright future. It will take time to get to the top.
It will.
But to already make it to the quarters here in their inaugural season, that is a step in the right direction.
It is.
It's a sign of fantastic management, just a great team put together. You love to see it. The Barnstormers, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
No question they will be. And it's just like when I asked the question of myself, if I was the one building this team, how would I sell people on IBL baseball? And Don Donnell and Harry Muir and everybody in the Barnstormers, you know, they were tasked with this. But Dom wanted the franchise so badly in this league that he settled on Chatham Kent, and then he got the team, the city, and the area to embrace it.
I mean, it's just been a big hug.
Yeah.
Just reciprocal love. The fans love the team, and the team loves them right back. It's just something you love to see. At this level of baseball, the community is what matters most. That's the heart of your team. And to see the fans in Chatham Kent just really show up, give all they've got cheering for the Barnstormers, not to mention the phenomenal team that was put on the field by the front office, just a class act all around, and a very, very bright future for the Barnstormers. Neil Srivastava, bring it home.
I got tears right now, and it's just because how much this means to me personally, how much it means to Sean Fuller, how much this means to Dino, to PA, to every guy in that locker room down there, to finally get this demon off our backs, this giant monkey that saddled this team for so many reasons, for J.D. Williams and everything else. And I think about him. I think about Josh Garton, who's going out to pick up second base right now. And, you know, the story of that guy. We get one more chance to, you know, see how far we can go with a very balanced team. And something that, you know, you can't take this for granted. You can't take the game for granted. We don't know how long we're on this earth, but this is going to be one hell of a ride. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hoping the fans at home are looking forward to it too. And I hope you come out in droves. Tell your friends, bring the lawn chairs, bring the couches like you guys used to. Please. Please. It's just honestly, and to you guys in the booth and everything else, thank you for letting me, you know, saddle in when I can. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate everything that everybody's ever done here. It's just a matter of time and everything else. We're going to go places as a team. I'm not sure it's going to happen this year, but definitely everything else. And, you know, it's just I feel a good place right now, which is I love to say it. It's just kind of it's finally for the first time in 12 years, I finally feel at peace in this place, in this ballpark once again.
The demons have been exorcised.
Yeah. And that's going to do it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know when or who we're playing in the next round. So follow the Royals on social media. Follow the Intercounty. Go to the IBL.ca and to the Chatham Kent Barnstormers. Thank you for joining us on this ride tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Have yourself a great off season. We're looking forward to seeing you guys back here. Royals fans, we'll see you in a couple days. I'm Neil Srivastava. That's Jake Chappelle, our producer, and, of course, my sidekick tonight, Josh Alderman. Have yourself a great night. And remember, kindness starts with you, so practice it often.